Okay, I think I'm good to go. How's it going, everybody? I hope you are having a good week so far. Shovel, good to see you. Good to see you here again. We'll move over here. Jesus Christ! I look at Discord and my day is completely ruined. Ah, the one that has ruined my day. What's up, Lizard? I hope you're doing well. Let's see. I kind of divided everything that is done to like what's not done. And it's just that's the only model that's done. The rest of them do need to be finished. It will be quick though. Oh yeah, that's the other color. I need matte black, but everyone else is just like little bit of touching of some things here and there. You looked at Discord and your day got ruined. Same. Phil Kelly is going to be the new creative director. Creative director for what? Where is my black paint? I know I have black paint. Like, I have a matte black, but it's not my older matte black. Want to use my older paint before I bust open new ones? Was I blind and it wasn't this one? It's my old matte white. Maybe that is mine. Maybe I was confusing you with the matte white, but oh, okay. So he was someone that was designing the like AOS models. Agreed. Agreed, Leaf. It would be weird. It's weird it's happened twice. How's it going, Swiggity? I think I have found everything I needed. Ish. I'm gonna grab one more. Do I want to do one more color? Yeah, I'm gonna grab one more color. Not that green skin. There we go. I like the Una Musume one a little bit more than I do the My Little Pony. It's always baffled me that people can be fans of, like, My Little Pony. Okay, correction. People that are not its target demographic. Wow, I can't even say the word. Demographic. So, like, in my mind, it is designed for little kids or children, but it has a following that are adult men, and that just baffles my brain. I say that, and I have a friend that is into My Little Pony, And it doesn't mean I don't disrespect him anymore than I already respect him. It's just like, it's fascinating. Oh. Yes, very true. Space fantasy. Space fantasy. Ooh, that'd be cool. Space fantasy. Nah, that's just sci-fi with, like, less steps. What else I miss? Tower about to get lore, potential game nerf. Phil Killy hates the Tau. Yeah, he writes the books. Sad day for Tau fans, unless he puts, Norvin in charge of that. Well, honestly, the Tau needed a little bit of a nerf. They had it too good for too long. So... Oh, geez, that green just spread. That wet palette is too wet. I'm actually gonna dab off some paint. It baffles you, yet you're a part of the fan base that enjoys it? Then what drew you to it? I will admit, my friend has actually, like, explained to me why he got into it, and I'm like, you know what, that makes sense, but it's not something that I would agree, and I still think is weird, but I don't respect you any less. So... In about 20 minutes, you will be hopping over to watch the Adeptus preview. Oh, is that today? Is that today or tomorrow? I thought it was the 26th. Would I get in trouble for, like, streaming the previews? It's in pretty much 30 minutes for Adepticon preview. Okay. Where are they streaming the Adepticon stuff? See, no, the perfect nerf for Tau is just slowly being removed from the game. It's a joke. Understand that is a joke for people. I'm just ripping on people that like Tau. If you enjoy Tau, that is completely fine. I like some of the models from Tau as well. Not that I have a Tau army or plan on it. Steel Legion would be really cool. I heard that was like kind of a theory some like one channel kind of had that maybe they're gonna do a release for Steel Legion. I mean, it would make sense to do it like with Commissar Yarrick, because he's from that. You think you could have it on the have it in on his background noise? I don't know the actual video stream. You know, it's all over Warhammer YouTube account. Oh, then I would get flagged for copyright so fast. I get flagged for copyright. I mean, I doubt anyone here like is coming to my channel to watch any previews on Warhammer stuff. But Warhammer ain't gonna take that chance. That guy is done. I do agree there does need to be more options for guard, not just buy paint and like do whatever. If they had something like with the Space Marines for Guard, where you could just paint them however you want them to be, then I'd say that makes sense for having all the paint. But there's so many cool and unique Guard, like, legions? Is it legions? It's not chapters. It's like, I guess armies is the word I really should use, because they are armies. More Krieg. I'm pretty happy with the Krieg stuff that we got. That's what I've heard as well. Regiments. Okay, they're known as regiments. Little, like, topic change. I'm painting this canister green. What do you think's inside this canister? Because he's wearing a mask. So he's breathing something in. I think he's breathing in a bunch of hallucinogenic fun stuff. Convincing him that he's not doing anything bad. He's actually just having, like, kind of like Pyro from TF2. I mean, that was my thought too, was just like methane gas. Just a bunch of methane. But then I was like, you know what? Ogryn are pretty simple. And if you want to convince them to, like, you know, fall to chaos, because they never really, from what I understand, or what I've heard, is that they don't really, I mean, they do get corrupted, but they don't, like, they still think they're fighting for the Emperor. So maybe this is a way of just convincing the Ogryn to fight for the Chaos Gods and all that. But who knows? I do not want to look at it. I will look at it at the end of stream. Nurko's blessing in gas form would be disgusting. Also, this guy, like, has a crab claw, and Slaanesh is really known for, like, their crab aesthetic, I guess, more in, like, AOS, or I guess their demons too. I've heard their demons have, like, a big crab aesthetic. So I did it red just because I thought it would work better. Like, I painted the whole part of the body red, and then did the skin on top because I wanted to make it look like really bad infected skin underneath from just, like, the muscles growing and corruption and all that. And I mean, also, he's got a giant thing of metal, like, pierced through him in parts. Like, that's gonna make your skin red and irritated. But now I'm like, should I have done it purple because of the crab claw? Is it a Slaanesh thing? I don't know. I'm just guessing at this point. Is there anywhere else that I want to paint green? Yeah, your feet need to be painted. I was going to do them brown, but I think I'm just going to do them in black. And you need gold, and then I would consider you done. Oh, there you go. Your mask and your foot. Oh, your shotgun. We'll do the shotgun with the green pump action part. Not that I think it is an actual pump action shotgun, but I don't think it hurts. I will say when I finish up these models today, I do have I do have some Sisters of Battle that I will start, because those are in my Knight army currently, and they've been great this entire time. So now I actually have them primed and ready to go. Okay. I really wish you guys could see my live reaction to some of the stuff I see that y'all show me. I don't. I, I was looking at. Oh Jesus! I need to stay focused, don't I? God, I was looking at that Una Musume one. Now actually makes me picture. Do actual humans ride the Umas in their world, or are they just like they just run? I feel like the Umas just run. Okay, yeah, they just run. Cool. That just like blew my mind. That is very common. The knee can be very sensitive. Fun little fact to share with some of you guys about knees. I'm sure a few of you know about this, but did you know that when babies are born, they're actually born without knees? The bone that is your knee actually develops outside of the womb. So as you grow as a baby, you start developing your knees. So you can so babies are immune to being kneecapped. That is a statement I regretted saying after I said it. Why did I say that? Honestly, fair enough. That anime is just track, but horse girls. Yeah, that's why they look like an OG dreadnought. Are you calling babies OG dreadnoughts, or are you calling something else OG dreadnoughts? God, a baby dreadnought. Babies are dreadnoughts now. Oh god, that... I don't want to... Do. Yeah, we're good. Yeah, we're good. That's what I heard, that they are doing that in, I guess it was half hour. I don't know if I should tune into that or not. Should that be something I tune into? I don't want to get in trouble if I, like, have this going and that. Also, I'm not ignoring the comment about... What do you mean you can't? I feel like I would. I feel like I'd get in trouble for it. Oh, I do want to say, I was not trying to skip over the babies being Gundams at this point. That was not something I wanted to skip. Yeah, I just didn't know like what the legal thing is about all that. I'll look it up. We're gonna pause this, and I'm going to mute that.
Do you need construction paper?
Go ahead, babe.
If not, it's okay.
It's not construction paper, but that's foam that you have in your hands. Okay. Do you want thicker paper? I have thicker paper. No. You sure? Rory.
I'm gonna make a 24 to make a cold beer cake.
Ah.
You know, like the diaper cakes?
Oh, like a Guinness cake, all that.
Right. Not an actual cake, but like.
Yep.
Just debating what color I want to use.
Okay. I'm just gonna shut this. Okay. Sorry about that. I wanted to pull up. Dealing with YouTube ads. Do. Okay, so in like 13 minutes. Oh, this is someone else's channel. Where can I watch it? I've never like watched one of their live stuffs before. We're gonna close that. I have. No, I understand it's not live. I just want to figure out where it is. Actually. I'll keep this going. Preview show. Oh, it is the 25th that they... Oh. Okay, I'm gonna make that quiet again. And if I click on that... Okay, we got 10 minutes. 11 minutes and a half before it pops up. Now's the question. Do I... Excuse me, mouse. I need... Oh, nope, I don't need that. I need my brush mouse. Do I keep painting and then just have the live in the corner and watch that while I'm doing it? I could do that. Yeah? Okay. I'll get the page set up. Well, I guess I'm doing this live. Do I have a... I guess it'd be a website that I have to... Hold on. Browser... Wait, I don't want it to be visible for you guys yet. Well, yeah, no, that's what I'm trying to do now. I'm trying to make it so that we can both see it currently, but also, I guess I want to be able to do some painting, but also have it... Okay, if I do this... Oh. Okay, that's not going to make me do that, but now I need to... There's something I can do to make it accept cookies and all that. God, it's been a minute since I've done this. How do I... no, not that. Local file. Eh, there's a way that I can actually touch that. Oh, wait, hold on. Browser. Nope. I've done this once before with something. I don't remember how to do it. Preview scaling lock, enable preview, add source. No. Enable preview, lock preview. It's going to take me like 7 minutes just to figure this out. Why are you being a pain? Short transition, high transition, no. Order? Transform. Group select copy. Not that. Oh, interact. Accept. And then if I hit play. Cool. Close that. Now, let me edit transformation. I want to get rid of the community thing on the top. Position size. Okay, nope. Reset. Oh, that's not what I want. You can come over here. Should we make this bigger? How big do we want it? Is like that big enough? And then I can just do that. I think I'll go with that. Okay, as long as people can see it. I know even those on the phone. I guess I also have to edit the stream as well to say what we're doing. Actually, it should be the other way around. Let's see, what is this called? Go here. Oh yeah, that's what I'm doing. How's it spelled? Adepticon? Adepticon 2025. Or not 2025, but 2026, but I still need the name either way. Watching Adepticon. Previews. Oh, no, that's not. Okay. And pre. We'll just put this in the live stream. It's not really going to be much of a painting one, I feel like. Make it live. We got 2 minutes. Okay, good. Cool. I will probably be watching the preview on the tiny screen on my computer instead of having a whole separate page. Cool. We got 2 minutes. I can see chat. Wow, this is kind of interesting. I haven't really done one of these before. Live reaction. We're doing it live. Anyone know that meme or video? Okay. Good on green with that and that. Is anywhere on this? I could do his backpack parts with that. What do you think they're gonna release or like preview and all that stuff? Ooh, any custom character ideas? I haven't looked at the rules yet. Wait a minute. Is it live now? And we got 1 minute. Will that switch automatically? I hope it will. Oh shit. Okay, hold on. Should we do the community or should we actually watch their live? Hold on. Shite. Hold on, hold on, hold on. We're gonna mute that. It's playing Commissar Yarrick's preview on their YouTube stream. I don't know. It feels kind of scummy if I like stream their stream on here. Still waiting on the live there. What's going on? Jeez, the chat's going crazy. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold on. What? Wait a minute. Okay, hold on. We're doing the YouTube one. They're showing Steel Legions. What? Hold on, hold on, hold on. We are missing out so much right now. We're going to bring that up. Jesus Christ, come on. I think this is the only... God, this is going to be... I feel scummy doing it this way, but for you guys to be able to see it... Hold on a sec. I heard someone just say we need a tech priest. Hold on. I need to interact.
I think it does. I think it does.
What's up, table? Oh, jeez, that's so much louder. I'm gonna make sure the community thing didn't do it. Warhammer preview show. Did they do it? No, that one's not working. Wow, that's loud. Okay. And like literally, I went on here and I saw it was. You could hear like the background stuff, and there was like drawings for the Steel Legion and all that. It's like Steel Legion coming soon. I could go back and see it, but I don't really want to like mess with it too much. Cool, this is live. I'm sorry about the way it looks. I'm sorry about the way this looks. It's just the only way I can do it. It's kind of janky. Also, if I need to change volumes, let me know. Yeah. You know what I'll do? I'm going to take this, and if people rather watch it on there... Live. There we go. Nah, fair enough. I'm not expecting people to, like, stay here and watch this. I'm doing it for myself, but... Damn, this is cool. Should probably make it a little bit bigger. Of all the days I decide to stream, it's when they do their fucking stream. Wait a minute, can I know a way to make it. Interact. Full screen it. There we go. God, that's better. Oh, this is so cool. I'm excited to see what gets released. Steel Legion is crazy. That explains why, if they are releasing Steel Legion, that explains why we didn't see Steel Legion in the Yarrick trailer and all that. They wanted to show that off here at Adepticon. Let's turn it down here just for me a little bit. Turn that up for you guys, if there's anyone here. I doubt it. I just got one. Just me and one other person. All good. Why am I hearing a double?
Perfect. Is your mic working?
Oh, I was hearing a double.
So, what's going to happen over the next 90 minutes or so is we're going to show you all these previews we talked about. There's going to be some great videos, some fantastic reveals. We'll get over excited.
I'm double watching this currently. I got it here, and I got it on another tab on my computer. I'm giving them all the views they need.
Stay in the room with us and have this wonderful experience. They're going to go away with something super cool. More on that later.
Oh, Lord.
Are we about ready to kick this off?
Dude, I'm excited. What do I want to see released?
The first thing we're going to do is a tiny bit of a retrospective.
I want to see more Iron Warrior stuff released.
We love him, and he returned to the Warhammer 40,000 universe.
I want to see Iron Warriors.
Commissar Yarrick.
I kind of want to see Vulcan. I want to see Vulcan come back. Like Vulcan Hassan. No, not Vulcan Hassan. The Primarch Vulcan. That's what I mean.
The tech priests are currently applying unguents and.
I seriously want to see him return. Lehman Russ would be really cool to see come back as well, but
Nobody needs to see that.
I feel like the only way we're gonna see Lehman Russ is if it's like 5 Space Wolves left, and it's their straight end days. It's what I could picture is like Orcs and Magnus just decimating the Space Wolves, and that's when like Lehman Russ comes in.
Epic defense of the Imperium. It really sort of did something to my little wannabe Imperial heart. And so it's been really cool to see the reveal of that model and the return. And this heralds something that we're going to show you in a little more detail as the rest of this preview runs on. Eddie, were you around when Yarrick first debuted?
I played a game and sent in my results through Whitehall.
Or was this for the Armageddon
Yeah, for the 2000
Third War campaign?
This will be my first time actually seeing Commissar Yarrick and all that.
Sent in the results. No. Said how your game went, so I sent in one result.
Is anybody else in here old enough and long in the tooth enough that they participated in the Armageddon global campaign?
They did a global campaign?
Awesome. So,
How often do they do global stuff? That'd be kind of interesting to interact with.
I remember my original Yarrick had like a Snippy Crab Claw. Any Snippy Crab Claw Yarricks in the room? Just me? Yeah, of course there is. Beautiful. Right, so let's get an update from the guys behind. Otherwise, we're going to do this preview via the medium of interpretive dance.
My interpretive dance.
I've dispatched my finest Eddie to bring news of the technology. While we fill, I suppose I could just start reading off the list of all the cool stuff we're going to talk to you about, right?
Yes, tell us. Tell us.
Pages, guys, this is no joke. Otherwise, it's going to come down to Warhammer trivia. Right?
I want more night-themed Space Marines. That's also what I want to see released.
Tell you a joke.
Not that there isn't enough from...
Tell you a joke live on air. This would go badly.
I mean, there's plenty of Dark Angels and stuff like that. I don't know. I've been just in a big fantasy mood recently, so I'm like, I want to see more fantasy stuff in 40K.
Sorry?
win.
I
What
didn't
did he
get the
say?
question. I'm not answering. Oh, right. Well, there is actually really great lore behind that. And in 15 minutes, we'll tell you about it.
Yes. How did Yark survive?
Start speculating amongst yourselves as to what the reason that Yarrick is in fact not dead. It could be that there was some intervention. It could be that the Imperium is in fact not the reliable news information broadcaster that you might think it is.
They never are. They never are.
I mean, there's all sorts of ways that the old man of Armageddon could in fact not be dead. I think you can rest assured I'll fill you in, or at least give you a
Didn't
heads
people
up.
assume he was
What I don't want to
dead
do is
because of
spoil
like
anything, right?
one thing that was in a guard codex? Like his head,
This is quite something.
or supposedly like what
Boys.
his skull,
So,
a look like skull. I mean,
let's get a sense of guys in the room. I can't really check on the guys in the chat. Who is here to participate in the Warhammer 40k events this weekend?
next year I'm gonna try going to Adepticon. This looks like so much fun.
Now, I met them last year, and I'm hoping to meet them again. Any guys for the Middle-earth strategy battle game? Sweet, you're my people. This is great.
How many
You've
people
got some
even
great
play the
stuff to
Middle-earth
say later on
stuff?
in this show. What about things like the Horus Heresy? Warhammer Underworlds? It's quiet, but they're there. What else did we say we were going to show you today? Oh, Kill Team. Any Kill Team players?
Ooh, wait, we're getting new Kill Team stuff?
This is great. Oh, sorry.
Black Bolt? No, what's the technical difficulty? I can still hear the voice. It's so quiet. No, what's their problem? Oh, are we back? What's going on? Dude, I'm excited. I'm excited for everything going on. What the hell? They'll be back. They'll be back. They're sending out their finest tech priest. They're sending in Call himself to go get it worked on. I'm gonna fill this up real quick. Oh.
Is anyone here to play Old World? There you go. I didn't want you to feel left out.
Okay, we're seeing.
Can you hear that?
Dude, this was such a cool trailer to see at the beginning. Oh. Are they gonna re-show the images? Yeah, they are. These are what I was talking about. This is what they were talking about for the Steel Legion. That's so cool. See a second time. Oh fuck! Maybe I will grab some of these. I might grab some of those. I'm not making Steel Legion. I'm making Valhallans, but those are probably better to make Valhallans with than the Death Guard.
Legion collectors in the room.
Maybe I might become one.
So, I have a Steel
Yeah.
Legion. It's even been in White Dwarf back in the day. And so that news is extremely exciting.
See, I told you, Shovel, I wasn't
There's
lying.
lots of things I want to get excited about and wax lyrical about with regards to Steel Legion.
Yo, Shovel, I appreciate you
The
being
concept
here.
art that
It's
you
better
saw
than just
there,
me
they
being
had
on my own here.
Carbine's las guns to slightly shorter so you can pack more men into a chimera. And then the folding stock. These are the details I love that make the Steel Legion one of my preferred.
Oh, that's so cool.
So I can live with that. That's pretty dope.
What? So many difficulties. Honestly, I can't really fault them for it. They are dealing with a lot of setup stuff and a lot of... It's just a lot of... There's a lot of stuff going on there. And sometimes the connection can be bad because there's so many people trying to be on Wi-Fi there. So many other little things that are just not set up properly. Honestly, this is the perfect representation of how information is spread in 40k. There's not information. What's the word I was looking for? what I'm picturing is like how everything's just not doesn't work correctly. Like you got to smack it with a little hammer to make it work. Oh, dude, I don't know what to expect, but it is going to be good no matter what I see. Here's the problem, too. I don't need to be spending any more on Warhammer, but everything I'm going to see, I'm going to want. And that's not okay!
Soldiers
Oh.
of Armageddon, I will not lie.
Oh, he's such a good model!
The orc army before us is vast. They say we cannot win.
How big is that
Are too
spot? If I...
many. I don't know about you, but I am growing
Properties.
tired of proving them
This
wrong.
is fine.
I see the steel in your eyes, the fire in your
Oh,
soul.
not that one!
I tell you,
Not that one.
we can win. We will win. And if that victory costs us our lives, so be it.
That is so fucking cool. Okay, I'm just gonna quickly...
Ladies and gentlemen, we are returning to Armageddon.
Okay, cool. I got it a little bit better.
Another campaign expansion book.
And
called
then
Warhammer
if I
4000,
drop
The Return
it-
of Yarick. We're going back to Armageddon, back to the War World for a story of the Imperium versus a huge orc
3750.
war that is invading.
Armageddon is a place that's had some issues, and the sponsor
Okay,
of the
I can
issues
drop it
that
a
are going
little
on right
bit
now
more.
is none other than the herald of the Speed War, Wazdaka Guts.
That cut out. Is that a new orc boss? Hold on. I'm turning that up. They are so quiet.
Warbike Big Rever.
Yes, this is the fastest orc in the galaxy, the most famous
The
for
fastest orc in the
conquest of
galaxy.
Sons orcs, a phenomenal
Dude,
miniature,
that's gonna be... I'm excited to play against that. Holy crap, I want to play against that.
lone operative on this guy. He's
I don't-
very fast. He can chop up tanks
Lone operative?
quite happily. That gun can chew through space marine units and pretty much anything it points at. It is just a really cool thing to lead.
Dude, they need to turn them up. I can't hear anything.
Come to Armageddon is quite exciting. Essentially, he's on a quest to travel side to side the length and breadth of the galaxy, and as he travels on his Speedwar, he wants a bit of an accelerator, and he has discovered that Gazgul Thraka has teleporters. And so the deal is, if he does a good enough job on Armageddon, he gets a boost to carry on his Speedwar.
Yeah, so that is on the orc side, but of course there is some loads of stuff on the way for the Imperium as well. Let's have a look at some of the things that are coming. So, Adam, a hippogriff.
Is that a new... That's a new...
What is that?
So the Hippogriff, armored fighting vehicle, as you can see here, is a
Holy
lightly
shit.
armored scout tank for the Astra Militarum. These
Scout
things range
tank.
ahead of the armored columns, and they're used to like scout terrain, seize objectives, drive the enemy out of critical areas, and they have a multitude of weapons with which they do it. Here you can see the options that come with this kit. So obviously you've got a Punisher cannon, you've got a battle cannon, you've got a melter
they
gun.
got a flamer
This thing
part.
is,
Oh, dude, I don't know
versatile in
what
the
I'm gonna
armament you can equip it with.
build that
and
with.
extremely useful for moving fast ahead of what is normally quite a traditionally slow army.
Yeah, so you can imagine packs of these roving ahead of things like your Lehman Russes and your Robo Dawn tanks, outflanking enemy positions, and
Dude,
kitting out with whatever
that
fills in the niche that you're
gun
gonna
on the
need.
top,
If you need to pop tanks, you go melter.
would
If you
throw
need to
that
take out
on
troops,
there.
you can take,
I don't know what I would even do
anti-troops,
with that
Punisher
one.
cannons, things like that.
Yeah, absolutely, and all of those options that you saw are included in the kit, so you can choose what you're going to have and equip your force to your needs. That's not the only new vehicle we saw in that great preview trailer that we saw just now. We also are joined by the Centaur Rapid Strike.
What?
So I really like this thing. This is a fast-moving, lightly
Okay, they
armored
are turning
transport
it up
vehicle
somehow.
for your Astra Militarum troops. It is just a beautifully detailed kit as well. This doesn't replace your Chimera, but it kind of rides into battle alongside them and is a tool in the army of someone trying to put together a mechanized guard army.
I'm
Yeah,
picturing
absolutely. This is
that
giving you some very different options for your
painted in
your
Valhalla
Astra Militarum
and
force
make
in
myself
that.
a proxy
The way it's going to work,
Commerce Arcane
pack
and
it full of troops. You storm forward to the objective and then you get out of the way. The Chimera would typically sit alongside you guys and offer lots of suppressing fire. This is purely delivery. My favorite thing about it is not to do with its rules or even its functionality. Have a look inside that crew compartment. Maybe we can go back and get another look at it. But you've got like fully modeled interior with all the guardsmen that's sitting inside it. This is a beautifully rendered piece.
Yeah. And it's got a heavy stubber, so I mean that's
It's not
pretty cool.
completely armless, right?
It can
Yeah,
shoot some
absolutely.
stuff.
There you go. That's that fantastic shot I was talking about. You've got like your Acadians in there riding into battle. I really love this as almost a diorama piece in its own right.
I'm gonna be
It's a
so
really
broke
cool
by the end of
miniature.
this year.
You can
I'm
also
gonna be
build
so
it, of course, with the
fucking
hatch
broke.
closed and no troops inside it if you wanted to put it into a Death Corps army or a Steel Legion army.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll just leave the guys off it, to be honest. Right. We also showed you, and the next thing up is probably my favorite thing in the whole preview. I'm calling it now.
I am
This
speechless
is
so far.
Commissar Graves.
Commissar Graves.
Commissar Graves is a the room like that. Commissar Graves is a member of the High Command for the military operating on Armageddon. She is a stone-cold killer, a commissar cut from the true mold of the Officio Prefectus, and literally one of the first things she does in the narrative is replace one of the high-ranking officers with a bolt round.
You can have the
Replace
character
it with
on
a
foot,
bolt
but she
round.
also has the option to come on an armored fighting vehicle.
Yeah, so this is Vigilance. This is her own personal rapid strike vehicle. And this thing oozes like the grim darkness of Warhammer 40,000, right?
Okay,
Gloss
so
black
they're gonna charge
paintwork,
like $50
armored
for
pulpit
her on
chased
her
in
own,
gold.
and then that's gonna be a whole supermodel. you gotta buy.
She stands on the back with an enormous personal banner.
Wasn't I just talking about like?
A bunch of people were trying to work out what all the different patches on the jacket I wore were. Commissar Graves' heraldry is one of those patches.
I don't want to interrupt
Inside
anything you're saying.
the vigilance with her, you see her staff of Officio Prefectus officers. This is what she calls her right hand. Her left hand is a power fist. Her right hand is a bunch of executioners which she'll use to enact her will.
I think the thing I really like about it is it's nodding a little bit to the Fortress of Arrogance.
Oh,
No, that's
absolutely,
one
The main
kit?
that Commissar Yarrick
Is she?
traditionally drives
Oh wait,
around
it's a
in.
whole.
This is
Oh,
sort of
her model will
a
be
smaller,
separate, and then
compact
they'll have
version
one
of
in
that.
there as well.
If you converted yourself up for Fortress of Arrogance, this would look very cool riding to battle alongside it.
Yeah, absolutely. I think one of the things here is that
Wasn't I
the
just
cloth that she's
saying
cut from is very
doing,
different to Yarrick. Yarrick is
Tyson
an
Kane
inspiring leader at this point,
in
almost
like
a,
that original
a heralded
one,
hero, right?
and now they said
Whereas,
they do
Commissar
this?
Graves is in every way
Oh
just
my
a stone cold
fucking
killer.
god, yes!
We're still not done. Did we see the Adeptus Sororitas character? Here is...
What?
The room really likes this one. Here is Intransia Frey. She is the Dog Martyr Superior for the Adeptus
they showed this
Sororitas on
trailer. I didn't
Armageddon.
see any
She's
of
a
this
member
stuff.
of the Order of the
You missed
Martyr
out on
Lady.
whatever trailer they're
And
talking about.
She has a big role involved in that high command for the officers that are operating on against the Orc War.
Yeah, we know the Sisters of Battle have played a big part in some of the battles for Armageddon in the past. We've seen them in novels and stuff doing some cool battles. This is a really powerful character to add into a Sister of Battle army. It's got a few different options there. You can
This is
see you've
such
got
a weird
helmeted,
model.
unhelmeted. It brings quite a lot of firepower to the field. You've got a couple of heavy bolters, a couple of heavy flamers, and then a rack of melter missiles in there as well. So a powerful unit to do damage to pretty much anything, short range, long range, enemy tanks, and fairly tasty in close combat as well.
Yeah, and she also has an Adeptus Sororitas branded loudspeaker nestled under the missile rack, which is nice.
Yeah. Always useful.
This feels like
For those
a
keeping
really
score, this throne is called the
stripped
Throne of
down-
Blame. You might know the Throne of Judgment. There's at least 2 thrones out there. Not,
There's 3 at least.
not including the big one on Terra. Right. Next up is, this is a contender for the strangest model in the preview. May we introduce you
Fuck?
to Inquisitor Croyle. Who is Inquisitor Croyle, Eddie?
So Inquisitor Croyle is a member of the Ordo Xenos, and he's effectively a big game hunter in Warhammer 40,000. So
Is that a six-legged
this
horse
guy
creature?
hunts down exotic and weird enemy characters and monsters. He's come to Armageddon particularly to try and take out some of the Orc warlords and Orc psychers and things with that very strange-looking alien rifle. He is
Okay.
mounted on the weirdest-looking horse shrimp thing.
Horse
Yeah, I mean, it looks even worse with the nose bag off, right?
Yeah. You've got some options in the kit. So you've got a couple of head options for the mount, a couple of head options for the character.
Are they gonna make
in
him a
game terms,
solo
he's very useful.
character,
He
or
is
could
a
he
lone op,
pair up with the
fast-moving
other
sniper
mounted
character.
units?
So you can imagine him being very useful for all sorts of things, right? The rifle has got a particularly fun rule where once you've managed to hit an enemy unit with it, the damage on it goes up and up and up across the game.
I guess the problem is that
His gun is a
Inquisitor.
Jadari Tox Cycler for the record,
So,
and it's one of the
There's no
stranger-looking
mounted
guns in
units. I was
Warhammer
thinking,
40,000. I think it's fair to say.
If he was in guard.
Riding, it is actually the last of its species. He personally hunted the rest of the species to extinction, but he thought it looked like quite a useful mount, so he kept one of them to ride around on.
So,
What the
one of a
fuck?
kind in a very real sense of the word. Right, now, where can you learn about all of these characters? Well, we've got a book for you, a slipcase that contains
They're
three.
gonna be
This is
okay.
Armageddon,
I see
the
how they're gonna be
Return of
selling
Yarick,
books in the
and this
future now.
contains a narrative book, a book with detachments in, and then a book with some new rules for you to use in your game. I want to start with the narrative bit because it's very exciting. This does answer
If this is
the
what they
questions
do
that were
all through
shown up in
11,
the
I'm gonna
crowd
be
earlier
so
of
upset.
how is
Because the
Yarick
last one was
not dead,
125
right?
bucks. And
question.
fuck
I'm
that
not
if they're
going to spoil it
doing anything
entirely,
like
other
that.
than to say the Space Wolves have something to do with it.
Something with the
side of
space
things there,
rules
you've
for
obviously got a
Yark?
whole bunch of new detachments. No surprises, some of those are Orc and Imperial themed. There's also another book in there which is Armored Gauntlet, which is effectively tank and vehicle battles in Warhammer 40,000. Would be very cool, for example, if you wanted a speed war fighting into an Orc, an Imperial tank or mechanized company, something like that.
That sounds fitting
Okay,
for
okay.
War on the War Planet. Yeah, absolutely. And finally, there's a bunch of detachments in the detachments book. Is one
I like
might
how I
expect.
just stopped
There are
painting and now I'm just watching this.
Perfect. All of this comes out alongside each other, so you'll be able to enjoy. Oh, there we go. We've
What
moved
the
on.
fuck? I'm going to disappear for a sec.
The first place. I got a standing ovation from the Imperium side of the room. The first place that you'll be able to get all of the new Astra Militarum vehicles, so the Hippogriff and the Centaur, is in Armageddon Battalion Astra Militarum, which contains all of the models you see here.
Yeah, so it's a really solid start
Really?
actually to an Astra Militarum army if you just want a bit of everything. You've got really solid armored core, a couple of those fast
Honestly, for myself,
Rogel Dawn tank, and you've got
I was looking at the Rogel Dorn,
Absolutely,
and that was
all
in
of those
terms of
models
what...
will be available
I'm-
separately shortly thereafter. But if
Canadians?
you want to get your hands on it first and save a bit of money at the same time, this is the way.
that's absolutely it. It's not the only
Maybe
battalion
I grab
that's
that
on its way
one?
as well. As you would imagine, there is a lovely new Orc battalion coming. This one has 6 Death Copters in, which are a perennially useful and solid unit. You've got a Death Killer War Trike in there as well, and you've got a Rucker Truck Squig Buggy.
Is it-
This is a box that's effectively
Did it
designed
say?
to accompany Wazdacker. So if
GW,
you're deciding
it's
that you want to
1,000?
do a Speed War, Wazdacker, and this box together give you a really solid start.
Fantastic.
It's
If you're looking to
$1,000?
keep, Intransia Frey, the Dogmata Superior Company, there's a new battalion for the Adeptus Sororitas coming. This is like an infantry ground and pound army in
Is
a
this
very
a
real
new-
sense,
is
with
that a new
quite a sort of
armor for
a disciplinarian
Sisters?
theme to it. You've got the Repentia,
Well, wait,
you've got
you were saying that's
Novitiates,
1,000
and they're backed
points.
up by Paladin Warsuits.
Yeah, it's just a really solid, quite a combat-leaning force
Absolutely.
for the Adeptus Sororitas. You've got all the stuff that's really
I'm
good at
very
chopping people
excited
up in
about
close combat,
combat, so
basically.
it's kinda meh in my mind.
Fits really nicely with Transia Frey, and she's also very competent in combat. So this gives you a really, either a solid start or just a very punchy addition to an Adeptus Sororitas army.
Yeah, absolutely. And then there is one more battalion set. There is, I promise.
Okay.
Here we go. So, when
Is that Death Watch?
your world is overrun by Xenos, what you need are the Xenos hunters. This is Battalion Death Watch.
Yeah, so Battalion Deathwatch is the new Deathwatch plastic miniatures that were first available in Kill Team. There are 10 of them in the box, so you get a full-sized squad of Deathwatch, and you also have their flyer to transport them around.
God, he's so quiet.
so
I have
it's a
all
really
those models
solid,
but the plane.
To go and try and take out some orcs and decapitate key enemy units, that sort of thing.
Okay.
Fantastic, and really very thematic for the narrative that's unfolding here. Now, we are not done in the Dark
Millennium, but we're going to show you something a little bit different.
Somewhere in the room, we have some friends from our friends at Weather Workshop, and they've got an amazing new thing that we're going to show you right now. Right now.
POV, you are GW, it's
Once,
$1,000.
he was known as
What?
Calistarius. Now, after conquering the Black Rage, he is reborn as one of the most formidable psychers in the Imperium of Man, standing upon the stairs of the Arx Angelicum.
Is this...
We present to you
Blood
the
Angel?
chief librarian of the Blood Angels,
Where's Dorso when I need him?
Mephiston.
Oh my fucking god, the blood angels. This is Bird. Where's Dorzo?
The blood angels to conquer the black rage. Yet beneath that control lies
I'm
a
adding him in
force
Discord.
capable of
Do not
devastating
fucking
wrath.
care.
We have depicted Mephiston amidst the battle-damaged environment of the Ars Angelicum, harnessing a powerful psychic attack. His aristocratic features contorted into a rageful expression as psychic energy ripples between his temples and through his psychic hood. In one hand,
Dude, what
his
the
four-sword crackles with power.
Oh, that's a cool fucking
Psychic energy
sword.
gathers, poised to manifest the Emperor's wrath. Mephiston's resplendent.
I don't play
artificer
Blood
armor,
Angels, but
rich
damn,
in
is that a good
Blood
model.
Angel's iconography has been rendered in exquisite detail by our sculptors. His
Actually, I
presence
take
is
that.
further
It-
elevated through masterful.
God, they put a lot of
visceral
details
paint
in that.
applications, with every surface and texture carefully realized to bring depth, contrast.
Wait a minute,
and
that's not a
gravitas
model.
to
That's
this
a
defining
statue.
portrait of the Lord of Death. He is a figure of awe within the Blood Angels chapter.
I thought that was a model.
Make
No,
him
okay, that's
figure
just a
of awe
statue.
upon your shelf.
Okay, I'm a little bit upset now. I thought that was going to be a really cool model, but now it's just a figure, and I'm upset. That would have been an amazing looking model on the table, but knowing that it's just to be on your shelf, I'm a little like, eh.
Throughout the rest of this weekend, weekend, that statue you saw in the video is here. If you want to look at it in person, go and chat to Jules and learn all about it. Pop down to where the Warhammer shop is, and you can see it in the flesh. It is exquisite, so it's well worth a visit. While we're talking about licensed things, we have another officially licensed product I'm pretty excited about because they sent one for me to wear.
Oh, what is it, Adam?
Wait, what? I was just looking up helmets today.
Helmets. We've seen a couple of these helmets.
Is this with Joy Toy? They completely cut out, but that they're a lot bigger than I expected.
I love it. It fits my head. If anybody wondered, my head is colossal. It's ridiculously big. And there's room in there. It's not on its biggest setting, so a lot of people are like, "Oh, will it fit?" Definitely, unless you have a even larger than a starting size font, you'll be fine.
It fits even Gene in handheads.
There we go. You can check these things out. There'll be links to it all on the Warhammer Community website. Make sure you go and have a look when we're done with the preview and scout it all out. And
I believe that helmet is available to pre-order as of tonight as well.
I think so, yeah. So essentially, if you really like one of these things, you can get your order in straight away, both the Mephiston and the helmet. Now,
Well, that's cool. I'm not
we
getting it
have
though.
other exciting news, which is still in the Dark Millennium, and this relates to something coming very soon to Warhammer Plus.
Okay. Is it the TV show?
Sigma Command. This is Flight Commander Kai.
Welcome to Sigma Nova. The Emperor protects. Where did they come from?
Are those Eldar? Those are Eldar.
This is an all-new animation coming soon to Warhammer Plus, Aeronautica Imperialis. Eddie, what can you say?
Yeah, exactly that. So we knew this animation was on its way.
What ship is
A
that?
few more things about it today. So it's called Aeronautica Imperialis, and as you imagine, it is about the pilots of the Imperial Navy. They are up against the Eldar pilots of Craftworld's Sam Han, and it is effectively an aerial war of attrition across a frozen world. This will be a 3-part animation, much in the style of other Warhammer animations we've had in Warhammer Plus, one of which finished today. If you've not watched Penitent, go and check it out. It's on Warhammer Plus right now. This will be a 3-part series, and it will explore both the Imperial Navy, and it has a few scenes as well from the Eldar perspective as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So right now you can see see some of the Eldari fighters in it. Well, it's a fighter and 2 bombers, right?
Yeah, that's right. So there's a fighter there, it's Nightwing, and then you've got a couple of Wraith fighters on the side there as well, which
Okay.
are doing the bombing runs trying to take out Imperial
Some of those are
forces.
bikes?
And then on the other side, you have Imperial Thunderbolt pilots for the most part. There's quite a high attrition rate, I would say, for the Imperial Thunderbolt pilots.
Maybe don't get too attached.
Yeah, maybe don't get too attached to any of the characters.
Yeah.
One of the
Especially if you're going against Eldar, those fuckers are
Against
fast.
the Eldar planes.
Fantastic. And then one of the things, so I've watched the first episode, I really enjoyed it. I'm one of those people that grew up watching sort of those classic sort of air war movies, Iron Eagle, Top Gun, Battle of Britain, and this hits all of the right buttons for me. There's a dogfight in the first episode, which is breathtaking, and you get to meet this guy for the first time as part of it, who's one of the Eldari characters.
Yeah, so this is the kind of lead pilot, I suppose, of the Eldari forces.
You know what this reminds me of?
And the
This
Eldar
kind of reminds me
scenes in this
of
show
the
are from
story of
so you
the
can see a little bit into the mind,
one of the
the
assassins
Eldar of the craft world.
that
Very,
like
very different
sniped out
from
a
the,
Eldar
quite
pilot
hard done by
while they were like coming out of
absolutely.
their
And it
web
gives you an
lake
insight
portal.
into something that you never normally see, right? The animations that appear on Warhammer Plus let us delve into corners of the sort of Warhammer universes which are unexplored up to now.
Yeah, and that is coming in May this year, so only a few weeks.
Yeah, so if you want to watch it, make sure you've got a Warhammer Plus subscription, and then it'll be on the Warhammer TV platform. Perfect. Oh, we are nowhere near done yet. We're still staying
No,
in
you
the
are not.
Warhammer 40,000 universe, but we're going to go and take a look at Kill Team for a minute now.
Okay, now
Call sign Chester. The toughest thrown down grunts on the Eastern Fringe. We've fought Tyranids before. They're tough. But they drop if you know where to shoot them. We thought we were ready. We were wrong.
is that a new Trigon? The Red Terror? That's a new Trigon!
Spectre Sword. Call sign
Fuck yes! Oh my god, I'm grabbing that!
I think we're done. Right, I'm going to talk as if we're back on air. So
What you missed is I'm watching the...
I'm Devlin, and we'd like to introduce
Okay.
you to the fine men and
For
women
context,
of
I'm
Spectre.
painting in the background, but I wasn't doing wholly much. Ando, we got a new box we're gonna fucking buy.
This is a kind of
I am
stealthy
getting those guardsmen for my army. Oh no, my internet. Oh, come on, come on, come on. My sister literally just got on the Wi-Fi. What the fuck? No! I'm gonna take a second. Holy fucking shit. I've been, like, I wanted to try Guan. Fuck the internet. I need to tell my sister to get off the fucking Wi-Fi. I can hear that she just got on it. And that's instantly what fucking made it, stop working. We're gonna close that. And then, is there anything else I can close? I'll close that. Come on. Interact. If I tell it to go off live, no. Pause. No, I'm missing out so much fucking shit.
shoot 'em. We thought we were ready.
I'm just gonna replay this.
We were wrong.
Dude, I still can't believe it's a whole fucking new Trigon. That is going to be a $200 box for one Tyranid model and a bunch of guardsmen.
Spectre Squad. Call sign Chester.
This is a kind of stealthy, scouty kill team with lots of kind of.
I think I made it work. Okay, I don't know what I missed. I missed something. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hey, hold on. Hey, hold on. Nope, that's not what I want to interact with. What is going on? It should have. Hold on. Live. I'm playing it on my secondary one. Oh, it did end. Why did it end? Why? Didn't they have more they want to talk about? Why? Why didn't it just end? The bugs ate the workers. Okay, first off, I am astonished with the new Trigon. That looked so cool. Okay, we're gonna go and we're gonna replay that scene particularly.
Show from his perspective, so you get to see a little bit into the...
Okay, hold on. And
Full sign, Chester.
this is still...
The toughest thrown down grunts on the Eastern
Okay.
Fringe.
Pause that. I'm gonna grab the... I need my brush. Come here, brush. We're gonna take you. These look so damn cool. I love long coats on models. And this guy with the hood in the background, these guys look so fucking cool. Okay, I'll keep going.
We fought Tyranids before. They're tough. But they drop if you know where to shoot them. We thought we were ready.
Thought we were ready.
We were wrong.
I take it back. They are going to sell like some other models. I wonder if this is more pointed toward their narrative, narrative like single player form of Warhammer.
Spectre Squad. Call
So your
sign
sister's the bug
Chester.
now.
The toughest.
Dude.
I think we're done. Right, I'm going to talk as if we're back on air. So this is Kill Team Terror on Devlin.
Okay.
Kill Team Terror on Devlin.
This is the part that I
And
missed.
we'd like to introduce you to the fighting men and women of Spectre Squad, which is a brand new kill team for Kill Team. These are elite scout troops for the Ashta Militara.
Yeah, this is effectively a brand new kill team. This is a kind of stealthy, scouty kill team with lots of kind of fun...
And then it end. Why did it end? The people kind of sound like orcs. Yeah, I guess so. We are going to hide that away. Is it really over? Preview. No, it's not over. It's not over. Holy shit. Here. I literally went back to their page and it is still going. Interact. Full screen. Oh, get out of here. Can anyone even hear that?
This is the Nemesis Operatives dossier, and as well as rules for
What?
being able to play the Red Terror, it also allows you to do almost any kind of big thing that you might want to fight. So if you want, you could hunt down a Dreadnought or a Hellbrute or a Carnifex or anything like that, this allows you to play those kind of games.
Yeah, and there's different ways to play it as well. One of the
They're
examples,
adding
the book
custom
gives
like
is
missions
two
to
kill
hunt
teams
big
going up against
things.
each other while a Hellbrute and a Redemptor Dreadnought slug it out in the middle of the battle.
I turned it up.
So
when
there's
it's
loads of
quiet,
cool
but-
opportunities to have some fun. Of course, you'll need some new Nemesis operatives. So we've got some returning favourites from Blackstone Fortress.
What?
Yeah,
What is
so
that?
this is the Archivist. He is a Zote. So we last saw him in
Oh.
Blackstone Fortress. We are re-releasing him for use in games of Kill Team. And yeah, you can bring this guy along and have your Kill Team try and hunt him down. Also coming back from Blackstone Fortress, we have another returning Nemesis operative, which hopefully we'll see in a second.
So the next one
I am
going to
go back to the beginning at some point. Amble?
A real classic from back in the day, Warhammer.
Yeah, so ambles are common.
I
to
just know
worlds
from
across the
D&D. What is an
Imperium. They're
amble?
effectively an invasive predatory species. Their prey includes humans. So you definitely get bad news if you start an amble colony on your planet. But they are exactly the sort of thing that would rampage through the middle of a kill team board, messing up the battle that you might be trying to have against your opponent.
Dude,
Fantastic. That's a whole bunch of great and exciting things for Warhammer 40,000 Kill Team. We're going to take a slight diversion away from the 41st millennium and go back about 10,000 years now. And
have a look at some upcoming releases which we've got planned for Warhammer.
Horus Heresy. Let's start with, if we can, the Legiones Astartes.
Okay.
Maybe we can.
There we go. So there we are. Warhammer the Horus Heresy.
We missed so much with the bugs. We're going back for you at some point when this is over.
Spartan tank. This is the Spartan Prometheus assault tank.
This is
That looks like
basically
a
the tank
Land
that you
Raider,
really,
but
really like
a
heavy
little more
bolters.
boxy.
You basically put as many heavy bolters as is possible to put on a Spartan onto this Spartan.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a classic tank with a new armored variant. The kit will include not just the heavy
Buggy.
bolter
It
mounts
fully
mounted
is
there,
buggy. I don't know
but
why I
also
just cut
includes
that
laser
out.
destroyers, which is one of my favorite ways of blowing up enemy tanks. Here you can see some detail. They're one on the right-hand side. That's the laser destroyer. It's got some
How
extra bits and
long
pieces,
before
and it's a perfect way to transport
that kill team
your
stuff gets
soldiers
released, do you
across the
think?
battlefield in relative safety.
Yeah, I think you've got two very different ways of playing this. The laser destroyer is obviously excellent for taking out enemy tanks.
Full
The heavy
volume
bolters
already.
arguably become much more useful in recent months. Obviously, you've got the Mechanicum have joined in a big way to the Horus Heresy. Solar Auxilia are quite common, so
It's
the heavy
so hard to
bolter
hear them.
loadout
I don't
will
know
become much
what's
more
going
useful
on
than
with
it
their
was at
tech
the start
stuff.
of the
I've
Horus
been
Heresy
messing with
when
the
you
audio
really
back and
fought
forth
against
constantly.
Yeah, absolutely. Of course, this isn't the only thing that's coming for the Horus Heresy. There's also reinforcements due for the Solar Auxilia. So here you can see, rendered in plastic for the first time, the Karanite Ogren section.
Yeah, so the Karanite Ogrins are basically like
Dude,
the
same.
brutes of the Solar Auxilia.
Same.
If you have a Solar Auxiliary army, you will know that mostly on the battlefields of the
Age of
Age
Darkness.
of
Are those
Darkness,
Ogren?
you are outclassed.
Oh, it
basically,
literally
by
says
Space
Ogren down
Marines
below.
and
I wasn't even
custodians
reading.
and demons and all sorts of stuff. So if the enemy reaches your lines, you need a counterpunch. The Ogren section provides that. These are brutal brawler.
I'm not really a big fan of a lot of Horus Heresy stuff.
Force alone go toe to toe with some of the gene-enhanced superhumans of that age.
Yeah, absolutely. And this isn't the only thing for the Solar Auxilia. They're also getting some additional fire support. Here we can see one of the close-ups. They've got a variety of weapons, but they've also got some heavier weapons coming to bolster the Solar Auxilia. You've got this is the Rapier fire support battery. Essentially, this is how you tackle enemies you can't see.
Right?
So right now on the screen,
I might need to message my buddy real
there we
quick,
go. So
dude. I'm
this is the
watching
shooting down variant. It's the classic
some
mole
stuff
mortar.
live right now,
You can see
and
that
it
guy's
is
clutching
fucking
canisters that aim
huge.
equipped with driller
Huge to me.
shells.
God,
for going
why aren't
underground
more
and
of my
covering
friends
up
into
bunkers and
Warhammer?
trench lines. Then you've also got the
There's so much I
bombard,
wanna
which
geek
is
out
for,
about.
loosing off multiple shots and raining hell down upon the enemy.
Yeah, both of these really cool different ways to shoot the enemy from far away, whether they're underground or overground. There's also a direct fire version of the Rapier on its way as well, which also has a variety of different options. We'll get a shot of that in a second too.
Yeah, so the first kit, it makes either of those support weapons for firing indirectly, either the quad launcher or the mole
That's a
mortar.
tiny little tank.
And then the direct fire kit contains things for shooting in a straight line.
That's a tiny little tank.
So here we go, the classic heavy bolter setup that you might expect to see on a Rapier platform.
It is a good day for fans of heavy bolters.
Yeah, they are
Horus
living
Heresy.
large. This thing became so useful to the Solar Auxilia because many of the early battles of the Great Crusade era were fought in space in boarding actions. And so there's a fun fact, if you look at the caterpillar tracks on these things, there's like rubberized nubs running between them. That's so that it doesn't skid around on the deck plating of hulls of enemy ships. So this kit, as we said, it makes a quad heavy bolter.
You know, it's kind of
It also
similar to
has
a
other
forklift
options.
now that I
There's a
look at it.
multi-laser. This is the laser destroyer. So you've got a variety of weapons with which you can equip your Rapier platforms and bring battle to the enemy however you see fit.
Yeah, loads of ways of killing the enemy from far away, and also some Ogrins to kill them up close.
Perfect, absolutely so. Some of these things, the rules for them you won't find inside your existing Liber books. Fear not, there is a new Journal Tactica on the way.
The Battle of Talon
Good.
Part 1.
They gotta make their
Maybe
extra
more on the
40
way.
bucks somewhere.
Talon, of course, is the most famous tank battle of the Horus Horus Heresy, a tank battle that was so brutal that the scars of it can still be felt 10,000 years later.
Yeah, absolutely. So you can
like
expect
the
this
Horus
to
Heresy.
delve into that epic encounter and really give Horus Heresy fans, of which it seems there's a great many in the room, something to sink their teeth into. There we go.
Things about what?
Right.
The Horus Heresy
Let's
or
leave
like
Warhammer
the
40,000 and Horus Heresy
the
for a
Warhammer
little while.
stuff?
We're coming back to them towards the end of the
I don't
show.
know. Mouse
And
doesn't
let's
have
go
much
to
thoughts
the
going
Warhammer
on.
Underworlds.
What's oh, this is the fantasy kill
On
team
your
stuff,
screen
right?
now, you can see Thuriel's Zephyrite, an all-new Underworlds
Ooh.
warband from the Lumineth Realm Lords.
Yeah, so this is a really
Okay.
fun multi-trick warband with
I've been
loads of
looking at
different abilities.
fantasy
You've got some great combat units in there. There's some
fantasy AOS a lot more.
characters. There's some magic, so it's a real kind of jack-of-all-trades warband. They've
I
got
might
some
even
really
steal
fun
this for, like,
mechanics.
D&D
They are
models.
built around, effectively, use of the Hurricane Temple.
Yep.
And there is a little character in there, which is the kind of spirit of the wind you can see, just kind of bottom right there. And she's got some kind of fun mechanics in terms
Yeah,
of how it interacts with the warband.
so Thuriel is the
Need more
leader of the
buggies.
warband, kind of like a
Well,
wind mage, as it
there's
were,
no-
and Zool is the familiar that
there
you
might
see
be
next
like a
to
buggish
next to her.
faction
Kind of like a
in
fox, dog, cat thing.
AOS.
So there you can see him on the screen. There's an interesting mechanic with this warband, which is essentially these warriors, they fight based on sort of the feeling the skeins of wind and on the air, and that helps them locate the enemy and then
Like, it's gonna be
outmaneuver them.
big
And
monk
so
vibes,
Zool,
like
when you place
D&D monk.
it down, it's like a marker, and essentially its proximity gives buffs to the models that are attacking it.
Yeah, it's effectively like the eye of the hurricane wherever it goes.
Absolutely.
And then the units around it get buffs based on their proximity to it. So you can dictate where on the battlefield, on the board, your units are most effective.
And it continues this lovely trend that Warhammer Underworlds has had of showing like awesome familiars and creatures and stuff as well.
I have an
Everybody likes it when the
Underworld's
warbands have a pet.
Yeah, absolutely. This is my
team that I
favourite model
need
in it.
to
This is an Ara.
build. I
It's just
had it
that
for, like,
classic sort
a
of
half a year.
ranger archetype, and really reminds me of maybe Shadow Warriors from the world that was.
There's definitely a Shadow Warrior
Oh.
vibe about some of these.
Oh,
Yeah,
I need to look through
absolutely.
the Underworld stuff because now I have an
So
idea
these models will be coming soon to Warhammer Underworlds,
of
and an
building the
exciting thing to
Vermintide
maybe
team as like a
add up,
custom
change up the meta that we
Underworld
see in
model
the
set.
Underworlds tournament scene. That'd be really nice.
That would be fun.
Very good. We're going to depart now from Warhammer Underworlds and go to a place very near and dear to my heart as a staunch fan of Middle-earth. Let's go and let's look at some things coming out for the Middle-earth strategy battle game.
Well,
So
maybe
this is the
the
first
tier
of the
needs to
releases
like
that we'll
rip
talk about. These are the
through
Hill
multiverse
Tribesmen
and invade
Commanders,
this.
inspired by the Lord of the Rings, The War of the Rohirrim movie.
Oh, those are pretty
The
cool.
animated film that we saw at the cinema a few years ago. I loved it, and it's great to see these guys making it onto the tabletop. We've already got the Hill Tribesmen as warriors, so this gives you some additional commanders for your force. You've got
Okay.
the Chieftain on the left.
You know, some
got a
friends of mine
standard bearer
were
and a
showing me
hall
Lord of the
blower.
Rings stuff.
There's an additional
This
option
might be an
contained within this
army
kit,
that
which
I
will be
would
very useful,
actually
for your force.
do.
If
If
you look
this
at
is
the
like-
right-hand side of the screen, this guy is a variant and essentially allows you to build
can
the
see a couple
chieftain
of things
instead
inside of
as an
these.
oathmaker from that scene in the Two Towers in the Lord of the Rings trilogy,
I gotta
where
watch
Saruman
Lord of the
and the
Rings.
Wild Men make their compact to attack Rohan
Still
together.
haven't seen it fully.
You've also got some options on the Chieftain in that
Yeah,
box as
absolutely.
well. The Chieftain can have a two-handed weapon, or you can have a hand weapon and a shield, or you can build him as the Oathmaker as well. So some great options to choose from.
Yeah, and as you can see, like the Middle-earth team have just continued to lavish the detail and attention that the range deserves onto these models. These are fantastic leaders and extra helpers for your army. I play quite a lot on the Middle-earth tournament scene, and it's quite interesting to see how the Hill Tribesmen have set into that meta. It's not a bad army by any means, although
I might have to look
they
at the
take
Hill
a lot of
Tribesmen now.
casualties. Who are they fighting against? Well, the Hill
Yeah, I was
Tribesmen's
gonna say, like,
traditional enemy is
yeah,
obviously the
they
Rohirrim.
really
So
don't
first of all, we
do
have
a
new Warriors
lot
of Rohan Commanders.
in Lord of the Rings. I might
This is a
reach out
command
to-
set that features a captain,
My friends
a
are more
standard
into like
bearer,
Lord of
and
the
a
Rings and
horn
all
blower,
that stuff, so this might be
classic
something they're
staples
more
to
into.
lead your warriors in their war bands into battle.
Yeah, so this is a really lovely multi-part kit. There's some cool options to call out on this that aren't immediately apparent. The biggest ones are on
Oh,
the
those are
Chieftain,
cool.
so the Captain. So you have a choice of heads. So you can have either an armored kind of head, as you can see there. There's also an
I'm
unhelmeted
definitely more of a
head if you
fan
just
of
want
that.
him to have,
These-
if you want to
that's
have two
definitely more like
characters in your army,
a
for example, you could have
There you
both.
go.
my style
That's
of
the
model.
unhelmeted one. They've also got
When
a
it comes to
choice on the
fantasy
Captain
stuff.
of different chest plates. So you can either have
Like
this kind of
I
leather
want a couple
armored
of
one that looks
these
quite
style
similar to
models
the
in
Warriors
AOS.
of
I don't know.
Rohan.
I just
There's
want
also
like a
heavily armored
more.
one, which you can see there, which fits in really nicely if you've gone for like a Royal Guard heavy Riders of
I'm not sure,
Rohan
like,
force, which are quite a popular unit.
The humans in
or if you
AOS are
just want to
cool, and I
have two in your
understand
army
that.
and them look different.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm not a fan of
and,
a lot of the
fantastic,
models, and this feels
new
like something
plastic
that
edition,
I would rather
to the
have
Rohan
in
Force.
AOS.
perhaps the most anticipated kit for Rohan, been desired for a long time,
Is it an elephant?
is a
Is
redo
it an elephant in
of
the
the
background?
now quarter-century-old Riders of Rohan. These are one of the most iconic units that you see in all of the Lord of the Rings movies.
Yeah, they are absolute scene stealers, aren't they, in the Lord of the Rings movies? Every time they show up, it's
You know, those
awesome.
horses actually don't look half bad.
This is a very venerable kit.
I've
getting
seen,
an update.
like,
the original Riders of Rohan, of course, came out
two-
alongside the original trilogy 20
maybe like one or
years
two
ago.
horse models
So
in
these are well due an update.
all like
The
Warhammer's
horses
list of
are
stuff that
amazing.
I've read.
really
Yeah,
like
those
the
look
armored
okay.
helmets on these.
This is actually the
Riders of
third
Rohan,
ones that I
of
think
course,
look
are
kind of
very equipped
decent.
warriors. Every single one of them comes with a shield, a hand weapon, a bow. You've also got the option in there to give them.
I don't think it
throwing
helps that
weapons as
the
well.
other ones
Just
I
a
was
really cool dynamic
thinking of
unit.
are
Yeah, if you're keeping track,
character
the
models.
guys who play the Middle-earth strategy battle game will want to know. All of the hand weapons can be exchanged, where you see them holding the axes and the swords and the throwing spears. They can either be hand weapons or they can be throwing spears. So it's a versatile unit. I recommend the throwing spears for the record. So a really long-awaited and much-anticipated kit for Rohan, and it's just beautiful to see them rendered. I've got a Rohan army. I've put some of these new ones alongside it, and they also go really nicely together. So if what your thing is collecting all the models and having your force look beautiful on the shelf in your cabinet, these are going to blend in beautifully.
Yeah, and that's one of the things about Rohan, right, is that they're not standardized.
Same.
Completely, so
I
you
haven't
can
really
mix
touched
kind of
my
the old
models
ones
supposed to
with
be
the new
painting
ones.
either.
These ones could just be the slightly fancier ones with the cool horse helmets. Of course, if you want to, you can just have a whole army of the new ones.
These guys do look cool.
Fantastic. Now, that's our time in Middle-earth done, and it was lovely to be there for a little while, but it's time to go onwards as we continue on our preview. We're going to go now from Middle-earth to the Mortal Realms.
Oh, are we going to AOS?
Our enemies think us
Check
weak.
this out.
We will dissuade them of that notion. We shall not cower behind our walls. We are the wall. We will march out,
I was just
reclaim
talking about
the
how I
lost realms. Our enemies will break upon our shields. And by courage and steel, we will drive them back to whatever foul pit once spawned them. Our enemies think us weak.
This is a fantastic addition to the Cities of Sigmar range. Loads of things to talk about. We saw them briefly on the screen. Let's delve into them in some more detail. First up are the Free
kinda meh.
Guild Grenadiers. Eddie?
Yeah, so Free Guild Grenadiers are effectively your hard-working, all-purpose elite infantry for the Free Guild. They come with great combat stats. They come with shooting abilities. They've got grenades.
axes?
There's a flamethrower in the unit. There's a blunderbuss in the unit. They are just a really useful unit in game. In lore
These
terms,
I don't
they've
think
got
are
some
that
really
bad.
interesting
These
things
are
about
actually
how
not
they're
that bad.
chosen from amongst the Free Guild.
Yeah, absolutely. Essentially, the
God,
Free
he's
Guilds
pudgy.
recruit these
He looks
not
like
the
me.
brawniest, the sturdiest, the biggest, and toughest warriors
is me
from
trying to
amongst
fit
their
into a pair
number,
of pants.
and then train them to be the Grenadiers. These are the breachers. You know, when you create a breach in an enemy fortress, or you need to sweep the foe out of a city, these are the ones you send in, and they've got like the build and the tools for the job.
Yeah, these are like
Jesus
your close
Christ.
combat, down and dirty fighters. If you need to kind of cleanse an undead infestation from a mausoleum or something, these are the people you send in. Every single one of these models is really fun and dynamic as well. You can see them being like the kind of logical extension of the steel helms, but even more sort of brutal, equipped for whatever the situation demands of them.
Yeah, absolutely. They are, however, not the only new unit that we saw in that preview, and they're not the only elite unit for that matter. We also saw for the first time the Free Guild Gallants, which I think we can go to now. So these are like foot knights for the Cities of Sigmar, right?
Yeah, so we've already seen a unit of knights on horses. These are the infantry equivalent. They are the best
Their Lord of the
defensive
Rings
unit,
ones look
effectively, in
better
the
than
Cities of Sigmar.
this.
They can take a charge incredibly well. Each one of them is effectively an iconic hero for the Cities of Sigmar. They not only fight very well, but they inspire the troops around them to fight better. The miniatures are phenomenally cool.
Yeah,
there are like loads of different cool helmet designs and shield designs and
They're
weird
not
little creatures
bad.
on the
I
base
feel
and
like I've
weapons and all
seen
sorts of stuff.
better.
If you get a kick out of like unusual armor types, they've got like my favorite helmet of all time is the completely anachronistic visored barboot, which you've got here. We saw a hound skull on the last guy. You can interchange the heads and lots of the arms and things, so you can make this unit entirely your own and oozing in character and charm, right?
You can also mix quite a lot of the parts in this kit with the existing knights.
So your Cavaliers, is
yeah,
it?
so with the Cavaliers. So if you've got some like spare helmets and stuff, or you just want loads and loads of knights, you can mix and swap and change and make some really unique things. So it's a lovely kit to play with. The miniatures look great. It's a great unit in the game as well.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
We
I feel
also
kind of
saw
meh
some
as
hero
well.
models for the
There's
Caesar Sigmar.
so many new
So
hero
this guy is Jorvan Creel. He's
Okay.
the survivor of Embergard, is it?
Anvilgard.
Anvilgard, there we go. And he's kind of like a ranger archetype, right?
Yeah, so he is a survivor of a city that's been taken over by the forces of Marathi Cain. So he has blood vengeance, basically, against the Daughters of Cain. But right now, he is engaged in driving back the Skaven infestations of the mortal realms in the Realm of Fire. He is accompanied into battle by an Ash Panther, and he is effectively a really solid, dependable, mid-range skirmish hero for the Cities of Sigmar.
Fantastic. And he's still not the only hero that we saw. Next up is the Malice Forge Priest.
What is going on with that guy?
From the world that was. Sigmar is like a smith god, and here he is, his priest with an enormous hammer.
Yeah,
That's-
so I mean, the warrior priest archetype is
Has a
such
funny looking
cool,
model. I can definitely say they changed
it's great to see that kind of
whoever's
coming
doing
through
their
in Warhammer Age of
sculpts.
Sigmar now. There's a couple of options in there as well. You've got a choice of heads, so you can either go with the classic bald warrior priest,
Yeah, my hairstyle.
or you can have the kind of slightly mad-looking monk look.
Yep.
And of course, he comes with an enormous warhammer. This game's called Warhammer. Warhammer's going to be
It
pretty
makes
good,
perfect sense, doesn't it? Yeah, absolutely. There was also a trio of wizards that we saw like teased in that. First up is an Axion Pyrocaster. This is your classic fire
stubbed
wizard.
his
There's
toe.
some really interesting
That's a
rules
pretty
in the
cool
game.
looking wizard
Essentially,
model. That
once she targets a unit with a spell, that unit gains a characteristic which essentially means that it's starting...
Incandescent, I think.
Incandescent, yeah. It's starting to smolder, and subsequent targeting of the same unit is even more dramatic. I think it adds D3 mortal wounds each time.
I think now
The miniature
that
just
is like the
really, really cool as well.
best
Like, you can
ones
see it
for Age of Sigmar I've
looks like
seen
a
so
twig to paint.
far.
I can imagine some of these
But
appearing at
still,
physical
it feels like it's a
And
backtrack.
crazy though this
from
one
what
is,
I've seen.
it is not even nearly the craziest looking wizard in this
It's not even
update
top
for this.
two. It's not even
Exactly.
top
Next up, we'd like to
They
introduce
really
you to
made the 40k
the
ones look
Amethyst
nice,
Nell
and
Mage.
Sigmar they're making
So
go
this
downhill.
is
Lord
a
of the
wizard
Rings
who
has been like the
uses
one that I
power of
thought
Shaiish,
looked
the power
the
of death.
next
You
decent.
see them replete with various symbols of the realm of death. They have a scythe, there's loads of skulls, they have a weird candle, they have a bell on their head and two weird mechanical skeletons that hit the bell at regular intervals, and there's even a version where you can lift up the visor, and that's what it looks like if you get hit in the head by two mechanical skeletons all day long.
Yeah, absolutely. This is sort of grim darkness writ large, isn't it? With just the strangest, most odd helmet. I love everything about it. The
It's
hourglass
really
in the
fun.
side, just everything about this is amazing.
Still not the
It's
weirdest
still not
wizard.
might be the weirdest wizard, absolutely. Next up, we have Erasmus Zon, the Enlightened One.
So Erasmus Zon is an inhabitant of Settler's Gain, which is a twin Lumineth and Cities of Sigmar city. He is one of the first
Lumineth. Where have
graduates
I've heard
of
that before.
a
Is that the
program
elves?
set up by the Lumineth to try and teach faithful followers the ways of Haish, to enlighten them into the ways of the Lumineth. He has been so successful in that he's actually surpassed the magical ability of some of his trainers. So the Lumineth are maybe not super keen on quite how well he's taken to light magic, but he is a very powerful spellcaster. The wizard obviously does all of those things, but the thing you notice
I'd like to
about
talk
it
about his
is
mount,
that
right?
really weird mount.
Yeah, so that is a heliomorph. If you've ever seen one of them before, then you're a better
What?
person than I am. It's called Glyphwing, and it is the uncanny combination of a ram, a griff, and it has a snake for a tail.
Yeah, it's basically what happens if you when you're
There's a
choosing your mount, you
creature
tick every box.
in
Absolutely.
lore, not
Generates
like
that. So,
Warhammer lore, but in
it's a
our like
really,
mythical
really
lore,
fun,
that has a
character,
snake tail,
and it
ram head, and
fills
a
out
lion
another
head.
one of those winds of magic that
They
are now
literally just made
accessible
that, but
to colleges
switched
of-
out
yeah,
it for a
they've got
griffin
four of
head.
them now, I think, out of the possible colleges, which is pretty
Absolutely.
cool.
Now, we also saw in this the Gate Gargants, which are fantastic new kit for the Cities of Sigmar. There's a way that the Cities of Sigmar fight.
Those
right? They
looks
advance
a
like
little bit
moving
weird,
castle,
but
the Dawnbringer Crusades
not the
go
weirdest
out
one I've
into
seen so
more
far.
realms.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So the walls of your castle are made up by your steel helms and your fusiliers. These guys are the Barbican, the gate. So they take the charge of the enemy. Enemies smash against those enormous doors. Once the enemy's broken upon them, they part the gates and open up, and your gallants and your steel helms charge out into the middle of the enemy. They sally forth. this is just a really
Yeah, that's
weird,
that's my thought
fun,
too. It's got the very
bonkers
like
unit for,
old world
Realm.
style of
They
model
fight very well as
feel,
well.
and
Those are
I'm
garden-level step
not a
lines
fan
of
of that.
combat. And on the back of
Very
them, they also
old
have an
world
enormous
feeling.
cannon, which can make a mess
It's
of
a
enemy units at
it's a
range.
step
So
backwards,
really
like I said before.
characterful and interesting unit for Cities of Sigmar.
Fantastic. So we also saw, as well as these, a new kit which is known as Dawners Triumph. This is kind of like a floating memorial for the warriors of the Cities of Sigmar as they travel across the mortal realms and launch their crusade. And it's kind of a remembrance of all of the fighters that have given their lives.
Probably what they're
as
trying
part of
to do with
this
some of the.
campaign,
Well,
Right, yeah, so when
I know they
set
switched
out
their
on a
design
crusade
team.
from one of the
This
major
is what someone
cities,
said.
every member of the Dawnbringer
But what they could be trying to do
Crusade
is
was given a
because a
coin
lot of
malleus.
people
Those are the coins that you see sprinkled
want.
across the bottom of that memorial there. Those are
Yes, they're doing
basically
stuff for
coins
old
of the
world, but
warriors
maybe they
who've given their
want people
lives
more to play
for the crusade.
AOS,
When
so
they
they're
finally
trying
reach
to
their
make
destination and start a
things
city,
look like
you
the
can
old
imagine
world
that this
style
memorial will form,
to make people happy,
an
but
iconic part of that city somewhere in the
oh no,
landscape.
they already did
So this is
40k. 40k was like the
memorial
very
that takes
beginning.
them in
Ando,
game
you
terms,
missed
it offers you
a
points for
whole
units around
bunch.
it, so they fight harder in its presence.
Yeah, absolutely. There's also, for the Cities of Sigmar, a new regiment of renown on the way. This is Vendenst Hound. Vendenst are famous for hunting down sort of the esoteric enemies of the Cities
I
of
like
Sigmar,
that
so,
Axis
maybe they're hunting down the
wielding, and I think it's pretty good. What's up, Grim?
Yeah, so you can add this
We were
effectively
painting
into
today,
other
but we
armies,
were watching the
so if
Warhammer
you're going up
preview,
against
and
demons, undead,
now we're
enemy
on
wizards,
all
sort of
that.
thing, these guys have the tools to take it down, to track their enemy.
I feel like we all want to do
And
that.
then put a stake through their heart.
Yeah, and they're accompanied into battle by the units of the Wildercore Hunters. So a
Wait a minute.
perfect accompaniment.
Is this
to
like a witch hunter
scout
group?
out the enemy to
That
locate
would be
them
pretty
and
cool.
maybe sort of keep them in place with the missile fire. That's a lot of stuff for the Cities of Sigmar, right?
Yeah, you guys did miss the 40k stuff.
We are not done yet. Do you want to see some more?
What else do you have?
Let's show you the next
Dude, the 40k stuff was amazing.
Aye, we persist in an age of monsters. And there are foes that faith and valor alone cannot best. For such enemies, Sigmar again provides. Take heart, warriors of the God King! You fight in the shadow of behemoths. The cogforts of the Iron World march with us.
What the
With
fuck?
cannon and flame, we will drive back the
That
enemies
is
of
a
Sigmar.
mobile
With
fortress.
such engines of war at our side, how can mere monsters stand against us?
Okay, what the fuck?
Here we
That is a
have
$300 model. I can just.
the
only
crowd has
feel
gone
it.
wild in the room. Here we have a fantastic new centerpiece model for the Cities of Sigmar armies. These are the cogforts, and right now on your screen you have the Cannonade cogfort.
I love this
I
model
am-
so
I
much.
am,
It
like,
is
just
such a cool
speechless.
Edition. I think people who've collected Cities of Sigmar have basically been waiting for this kit since it was hinted at in some of the early battle tomes of the edition. It is finally here in glorious plastic, and it is well
It's
worth
not what
waiting
I
for. There's so much to talk about.
expected.
Yeah, we've seen this hinted at.
Evolution
in
of
some the
rooks
artwork and
from
stories,
chess.
even in the
That's
background of
true.
one of the scenes in an
Oh my
animation.
lord, that's true.
This is the
Will admit, I
Cannonade
do like the
cogfort. It's the
theme.
first
It
one
never
we're
really
talking about. Essentially,
clicked in my head, like,
it is a
what
walking
City of Sigmar
fortress
was
equipped with two
trying to be
massive
with some of it,
cannons.
but
it's got point defense guns. It's powered
you got
by a
these set up as your
Dwarven-forged,
towers. You
boiler
got your
you can
big,
see on
like,
the left.
Ogryn guys
This is
as
everything you want
your
to
gate, and then
carry
you got a
the
bunch of
Crusade
little
of
dudes
Sigmar
with
into the
shields.
mortal realm.
They're meant to be
this
your
is
walls.
the shooty version of the
So
Godfort,
literally, they're
right?
meant to
So
like
the
set
gun
up
on the
as a
back is
fortress
called
on the
a
field,
Godbreaker cannon. It is
and
very, very
either
good at
move
killing
forward
almost
or
anything. One of the cool things about
you
it is
try to
that when
break
you
into
shoot
them.
it, you get to choose a different type of ammunition each time you fire. So if you're shooting at something that's got
it was a
wall
new
saves, something that's very
Trigon.
tough, or something that is
I'm
lots of
pretty
things in a
sure
unit, you've got different abilities based on what you shoot.
the
at. It
new
is a
Red
monstrously
Terror
powerful
remake,
thing. It is
I'm gonna say
probably
yes,
the most
because
dangerous
Andrew said
ranged
yes.
war machine in the game.
Absolutely. And it's not the only
It's a new
cogfort
kill
that this
team
kit
box
makes.
that I am
We also
definitely
have the
grabbing.
option for the Conqueror cogfort. This is a different proposition entirely. It is equipped with a Realm Scorcher cannon.
I was
It
gonna say,
an
is that a
enormous
flamer up top?
flamethrower.
Yeah, it does a ridiculous amount of damage. It kicks out 66 shots when it fires, which is phenomenally good for Age of Sigmar. The other thing
You
that's
think
got in its
it's
belly,
a
instead of a cannon, you effectively have a
Ravener
drawbridge
for
and sally
kill
port.
team? It
You
didn't
can
look like it was
transport a
Ravener
unit
size. It
inside
looked
the
like it
cog fort
was
and then charge out of the
different.
front of it into combat. So once you've broken the back of the enemy forces with your shooting, you can then charge into the still on fire enemy with your gallants or your grenadiers or something like that and kill anything that's left.
Yeah,
just
absolutely. Let's look at
confused
some of the
on some of these.
details of these kits. So here you can
I
see some of the
want
things we've
to
talked about.
like
The
Cities of
first one would be,
Sigmar, but
in the
I
top
don't think I
right-hand corner
can.
of the
There's like
screen, you can
very
see
few
now
models in
what
that
the
range that I
interior
am
looks like if you lift
okay
off that
with.
roof.
Yeah, so there's so much detail in this kit. Before I was talking about the different types of ammunition you can fire. You can see the different types of ammunition stacked up behind the gunners. So it's almost like a mini diorama inside the kit. You can also see the sally port and drawbridge down if you want to. You can roll it out of the kit. So you can imagine the troops charging down the front there into the enemy line.
Yeah, absolutely. My favourite detail
I'm just
you'll actually see on
just
the very left
picturing
of the
like
screen, and this is the
for
Dwarden
me when it comes to AOS,
furnace that
I
powers the
think
entire
it is
cog
definitely more of a
fort. And there's an
fantasy
interesting
thing.
clue to a piece of story about
I don't
it.
like the idea
You
of
can
a
see
moving.
sandbags
Well, I mean,
hanging on the
I'm
side.
okay with moving
This is the
fortress,
most valuable and
but for an
important part.
army,
These are
it's
forged by
not
the
something that
Iron
I
World
like
and
or want to
if
kind of
everything's
do.
going wrong, they'll launch a hot air balloon device out of the top, power it by the furnace, detach it from the cog fort and fly it away, because that's the bit you have to save.
Yeah, the engine basically of the cog fort is the valuable part. That's what
Yeah,
he's
the
trying to get to.
skeletons.
I
like the basis skeletons. All the weirder, larger stuff I'm not a big fan of.
The first thing is, you might like to include a cog fort in your Cities of Sigmar army, but what if you just really like the cog forts?
That's a great question, Adam.
Is that
You
a
can
box
have
they're selling?
An army of renown that is entirely made up of cog forts. It is called
Someone's
the
really
Iron
happy about
March,
it.
and effectively it does a few things. So first of all, it gives you a bunch of extra rules if you really just like cog forts and you want to have lots of them.
Yes, I am
The
familiar
other
with
thing that it
Nagash.
does
I
is
know that is
unlocks
the
two
god
more
of the
types
dead
of
in
cog fort you
AOS.
can build in your
He
force.
was a necromancer
So the
in
basic kit is
Old
either
World
two cannons or a
and
flamethrower and the sally
became the
port.
god of death in AOS.
In the Iron March, you can swap the tops over basically. So you can have one cannon, one flamer, or you can have the cannon and the sally port. The only other unit you can include in this army is the Free Guild Gallants, which basically give you a way to have something inside the Conqueror cog fort to charge out the front.
And a Malice Forge
Wait,
priest.
is that a transport?
Yeah, just to hit them before the...
Did we miss that? Is that not, are these actually
What
transports
if
as
you really
well?
like cog forts and you don't have a Cities of Sigmar army, Eddie?
That's also a great question, Adam. Well, there is a regiment of renown in the Cities of Sigmar battle tome, which allows you to take a cog fort in any Age of Sigmar army. There are cog forts in the realms who have decided basically to go privateer. They've gone and become soldiers of fortune
you know what
across the
these
realm,
are?
selling
Their equivalent of?
services to the
These
highest
are
bidder.
knights.
There
These are
some
knights for
cog forts
40k.
Whose occupants have given into the sway of chaos.
Once
There
they
may be
said
some
like
cog
that
forts
part
who the occupants
there
have
that
died
they're,
and been resurrected by dark forces of the realm of death, or been paid to work in mercenary armies for destruction. So if you just want to include a cool cog fort in your army, you absolutely can, and it also opens up some great opportunities for conversions. I can already imagine people doing
because you're
weird
whining at me, bud.
undeath or destruction or chaos cog forts.
Absolutely. So this really is an incredible centerpiece thing for your Cities of Sigmar army.
This just looks
the
like a
rules,
crappier
everything
version
you
of
need to know,
Knights.
all the lore and everything behind it will be included in the forthcoming Order Battle Tome, Cities of Sigmar, which is everything you need to be using these in your games of Warhammer Age of Sigmar.
Yeah, all the stuff you would normally expect in a battle tome is in there as well, but it's not the only thing on its way for Age of Sigmar.
There is a new spearhead box. This is City of Ash, and it includes two forces. I feel like the room has picked up on one. I'll very briefly explain. The first place you'll be able to get your hands on the Grenadiers, the Gallants, the Malice Forge Priest, and
Wait, are those all new
Mr.
rats? They
Creel
haven't even shown the
is
rats
inside
yet.
this box. Let's talk about the other things we can see on the screen.
Yeah, up against him is a long-anticipated expansion.
Well, there you go, Grim. You got yourself some
for
staving.
the forces of Clans Eshin. The last time we had a sizable release for Clans Eshin was more time, basically.
Half my life ago.
Yeah, a really long time ago. So they've been well overdue for some updates, and the updates are phenomenally cool. So let's go through what you've got. You get some Night Runners in this box.
Yeah, I'm realizing they're taking
They are the
forever to
bottom
like
rung
launch
of your Clans
AOS
Eshin, but
books.
still very useful little sneaky scouter unit to run around, throw in.
Your wall's in danger.
shurikens,
Yes,
stabbing enemies.
dude, my wall's in danger currently from all that I saw
They are also in this
being
box.
released
Gutter runners
for
are the kind of
40K.
mid-tier, I suppose, of the Clans Eshin. They are they've gone through the ranks. They were Knight Runners, then they've graduated to Gutter Runners. There's some really characterful, fun little models in this. You've got some with poison weapons, some with the classic kind of
I regret
double-bladed
buying
punch daggers, and
the
all of the Gutter Runners
Night
have got
Lord's
a slightly
combat troll now.
longer, shadowy cloak on them as well.
And I
Yeah,
feel like
absolutely.
I need to hold my money and
Obviously,
wait for all this
somebody
other
needs to
stuff
lead
coming
this
out.
Spearhead. This is a model you'll be familiar with if you.
That is a cool
followed the
Skaven.
in,
That is a
Warhammer
very
80.
cool
This is
Skaven.
the Deathmaster. He is lovely. We've seen him before. Would you like to see another Deathmaster? Then may we introduce you to Deathmaster Crixit.
So, Deathmaster Crixit is probably the most
don't
notorious of all the
know what
Deathmasters
that is off the top of
currently
my head. I'd have to go
working
back and
in
see.
Skavenblight. He is so confident in his abilities
Night Lords
as
are not
an
a mistake.
assassin
They
that
are a
he's made
mistake.
identity
What
public, which is almost
everything else that got
Deathmaster.
released,
He
my
has
guy,
slain many
is
rivals
more
and many
important than the
enemy
Night
heroes.
Lords.
In game terms, he is an absolute blender of a character. Like more than I think 13 attacks, something like that, like a ludicrous number of attacks.
13 would be the right
I
number,
think it's
right?
13. I hope it's 13.
They're
He
still for
is
sale
very, very
at
good
my
shooting magic, killing enemy
local
heroes,
game
but such a
store.
good character, he can basically blend through almost any
The
small unit.
Spearhead
The way that
box.
they've rendered this character, they captured the
It's
sort of
a double
almost
one. It
like
has like
cloak
the
made of
Skaven
smoke,
and then
It is.
the
There's certainly a
Golden
little bit
Boys,
of,
the
obvious
Stormcast.
magic there, isn't there?
But it's like
And he
the
stood on
Spearhead
sort of,
one that's
crumbling
not.
bits of some building, and that's a useful segue into one of the other things that this kit includes, which is some
But it's like the one that's
fantastic terrain
not for sale,
your
except
games
only in
with.
this box, or
Yeah,
all the other
this box
characters are
set,
separate.
City of Ash is actually set in Embergard. Embergard was the location of the Warhammer
Rats.
Plus animation
Rats.
that we had last
We
year.
are the
That
rats.
animation is effectively the sequel to this box set. Embergard was a quite prosperous city of Sigmar. It is now basically in ruins after the events of the Skaventide. But one of the things you get in the box is lots of these cool ruined buildings. You also get a bunch of very cool scatter terrain as well. So
I like those buildings.
gives you
I
a
would
very
probably
cool
buy those
new way to
buildings
play
separately for
Spearhead.
myself, but
The box will also, the terrain will also be available separately. So if you just like the idea of a battlefield that looks like a built-up area in Age of Sigmar,
drive
you
safe,
can absolutely
Grim.
do that.
Yeah, absolutely. Here you can see everything that is included within Spearhead City of Ash. So you've got all of the models, the terrain, the cards and things you need to start playing Spearhead. This is a great way in if you haven't played Warhammer Age of Sigmar Spearhead before. And frankly, if you already have and you just want two great new Spearheads, it's the perfect lunchtime game.
It's a self-contained box as well. So even if you've never played
It's a perfect
Age of Sigmar before,
lunchtime
this actually gives
game.
everything
Do you think you
need
can
for playing.
complete this in a
And two really,
time frame
really cool
from
anticipated
like
armies as well.
lunch and back?
Players have been looking forward to this for a really long time. New Cities of Sigmar
I
stuff.
doubt
This is a
that.
great way to pick up a few of those new units as well. So whether you kind of keep it all for yourself or split
I
it
do
with
want to
a
try
friend,
Spearhead,
this is
but
a great
I'm just not.
Absolutely. So, that
not been a
was
fan of
a
always.
whistle-stop tour through the mortal realms as we got excited about Warhammer Age of Sigmar.
The
We are
Skaventide
still
one was
not
the
done.
only one I thought was cool. Well, that in the.
We are going to return back to the
boy.
grim darkness of the 41st millennium.
Oh my God, Grim just left and we're going back to 40k.
We have a really exciting video to show you now. Let's go back to 40k.
That's a dead space. That's a level,
Armageddon, the war world. Its soil is worthless, salted by the blood and sweat of generations. War is all that remains. It rises from the dust and echoes in the sky, a promise, a cacophony of endings. Sanguinius' sons, angels of death. We belong here. Our veins burn with his wrath. Our twin hearts hammer with his rage. War is all that we know. There can be no retreat. There can be no mercy. There can be no peace. There is only war.
Okay. That was really cool. I will not disagree.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the new cinematic trailer for a new edition of Warhammer 40,000.
Oh, we're going into 11th edition.
Did you like what you saw?
Yeah, I did.
Let's talk about it for just a minute, because I thought that was amazing.
Yeah, we saw some very, very cool stuff in there. Obviously, there's some Blood Angels in there. There's some Orcs. We're going back
Blood
to
Angels and
Armageddon.
Orcs are going to be
Very
the
cool
main
location.
focus.
So some units we've maybe not seen before. That new big Orc Walker. I don't think we'd ever seen one of those.
That was
absolutely.
a psycher for the
returning,
Orc. I was like, oh, I forgot. I opened the
slightly
beer earlier. I
redesigned
should be
in a
drinking that.
land speeder that, like, very familiar for those classic land speeder fans.
That looked a little bit like Vanguard Veterans to me as well.
Absolutely so.
Bit, maybe.
Yeah. So there's a lot to like in that trailer. My favorite moment was.
Fuck, my wallet is gonna hate me.
Really gets in amongst it.
I think my favorite moment is when the
I don't play
Psychics
Blood Angels,
kind of
but
vomited
if they're
amazing.
new sculpts and they're really cool looking, then yeah.
Love it.
But it's okay. The FOMO, I can let FOMO go by.
A new edition of Warhammer 40,000. We're really excited to talk to you about that for a few minutes now. So let's start by diving into the game.
Try and look surprised.
First up, it's new Warhammer 40,000. Let's talk about the game, Eddie.
Oh, there's a knight in the background, boys! We got a knight in the background!
New core engine to drive this edition. That means loads of changes to all sorts of aspects of the
that's
game.
the new knight model.
We'll talk about some of those in a little bit. We're going to give you an idea.
That looks like the new
about
knight
some of
model
the things that might
like
be changing
releasing,
and what
right?
it means for you in your game. But it means so much
Oh my
more
God, I just
than
realized there's Yark in the
rules.
front.
It also means new cool stuff about the lore and the universe. You got a little bit of a hint of it there. We are
Holy
going back
crap,
to
that's the
Armageddon, which is obviously one of the most important and pivotal and, I guess, coolest locations.
It's just
in the
such an
Warhammer 40,000
iconic
universe.
setting for Warhammer 40,000.
Fair enough.
And we've set it up really in an interesting way with the return of Garrick. And we're going to continue telling stories here and in other exciting places of the galaxy.
Yeah, and you got a bit of a sense of what might be happening in that cinematic as well. We are setting up in the return of Yarrick what happens before the events of this new edition. Effectively, you have the Imperial forces, the human forces of Armageddon are bracing for this enormous wave of orcs that is bearing down on them. Wazdacker is in the lead of that, but Gazgul and his legions are not
Honestly,
far behind.
I
They
feel like,
signal for
yeah,
help,
let's
and the
see
help
the
comes
orcs be
in
the
form
main bad
of
guys for a bit.
enormous new Space Marine crusade, which is composed of all sorts of different chapters. The Blood Angels are obviously there, but you also have lots of other ones. The Ultramarines.
We saw Ultramarines in the
video,
right?
Ultramarines are there as well as things like Black Templars, the Salamanders, the
There were
White
Salamanders?
Stars are there, all the classics.
So it's a classic Space Marine Crusade force returning.
It's a good old-fashioned Space Marine crusade.
Once again to the war world.
Dude.
Yeah, and if you know anything about orcs, you know that the chance of a fight being bigger just brings more of them in. This is Gazgul's third run at it now. So the war that's going to hit this world is like nothing we've ever seen before.
Absolutely, yeah.
Right, so in addition to the setting, we should show you what the launch box looks like.
What? That's
This
such a
is
cool piece of
Warhammer
art.
40,000 Armageddon. It is a new launch box for a new edition. You can see in that artwork something quite nostalgic is happening. Anybody old enough in the room might be getting the same feeling in their heart as me. This really reminds me of my youth. Here you can see we're going to do an
That looks like
interesting
such
thing with the graphic.
old.
It's a lot like the second edition of 40k to look at, but realised in
That's
fantastic,
so
like, new
cool.
artwork.
Yeah, there's some lovely little touches there that kind of nod to this original piece of artwork. Things like the heavy support Space Marine in the bottom right-hand corner, the placement of the grot, the pose of the Space Marine character, and some of the things that are happening in the background. That piece
I
of
like
artwork,
that. That's
obviously,
really cool. They're
from
going back
the
and kind of
earlier
showing off
wars
the older
for
art.
Armageddon. We are going back there with the Vengeance, and the Blood Angels and Orcs are taking center stage. A couple of things to say
Who
about
do
this
I
box
have as a
well.
friend that
We're
I
gonna
could
tell you a
game the
little bit
40K
more
that
about,
would play orcs?
some of the things that might be in this box today. We're not going to tell you everything. Some of that will be
I'm
coming
already
later.
thinking on who I can
But
pull
this
in
is
here
an enormously cool box with
and make them
loads of
spend
new
money
spaces,
so I don't have to
loads of
spend
new
as much
orcs,
money.
and all the rules and stuff you'll need.
Absolutely. So let's, we imagine lots of you in this room want to know a bit more about the rules and what you can expect to change in the way you play, right? You're here to play games this weekend.
Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about those rules. And let's start
I also
with
want.
our
I
first
want to know
point,
what's in that
which is we want to talk about
new
that
box that's
unified
coming out.
experience.
Yeah, so right now in Warhammer 40,000, you have the idea of narrative play and the idea of match play. And what that's kind of meant is that we kind of have two pools of people.
And never the twain shall meet.
And who play Warhammer 40,000. And what we think actually is that every game of Warhammer 40,000 should feel like a rich and immersive narrative, whether you're playing at home or you're playing at the top tables of a tournament. And every
I
game
like that idea.
should feel
That's a good
balanced,
idea.
and exciting, and you're never sure who's going to win. So we are sort of breaking down some of the barriers between narrative play and match play, so that generally all of your games should feel balanced, and narrative is injected into the heart of all ways to play Warhammer 40,000.
Fantastic.
I wish I had
A lot of
my
people
buddy
have
here to watch
questions
this.
about the current rules that they've got available to them, so we can maybe reassure you. At launch, your codex still works.
Yes. Yes.
So this is a really important point. In some editions of Warhammer 40,000 in the past, we have seen what's sometimes referred to as like a re-indexing of the edition.
Absolutely.
That isn't happening this time round. If you have a codex at home today on your shelf, that will continue to work.
Good, I have like
until that
8.
codex is eventually replaced over the normal course of releases. That also applies to the campaign books that are being released. So if you picked up the 500 Worlds or Maelstrom, or you're looking at the Return of Yarick, all the rules in those will still work in the new edition.
I like
Fantastic.
that. I like that for my wallet.
If
That's
you want new
a
ways to use the
huge
models you've
yay.
got in your collection, or an excuse to get new models, there's going to be loads of new detachments coming. 70 new detachments.
Yeah.
70?
So this is really big.
70.
Right on the first day of the new edition, there will be over 70 new detachments for Warhammer 40,000 for loads of different armies, which will immediately shake up the way that you play,
Holy.
and give you loads of new options in terms of being able to put units on the table. in
17?
fun and
No, I
exciting
heard
ways.
70.
A lot of them focus on units that maybe haven't had a chance to shine in the current edition, and let you play in ways that you've never been able to put a force together.
I've heard I heard
Exciting,
70.
really
I heard
novel
70,
and interesting
which I
thing
think
for
is
players to sink their teeth
awesome.
into, right? Your codex
You know what we
isn't
haven't
existent
seen in
already,
this list?
but there's gonna
We
be
haven't
a
seen
new
a
thing for you to
Tyranids
get
be shown
to
yet.
grips with right away.
Yeah, and the
Oh, I
detachments
want to
actually
get
work
myself
in a
some
slightly different
sword
way
brethren.
to the current detachments as well. You can continue to use your current detachments.
I can already tell Mouse is very
but
excited.
There will also be a different way you can put together your army. One of the advantages of the detachments, the new ones that are coming and ones we'll see in the future, is that the detachment system is now modular. So, for example, if you have an army that contains Terminators and bikes,
Like me.
like you, and you wanted, I want some special rules for my bikes, but I also like some special rules for my Terminators. You
What?
can now take two smaller detachments and combine them together to create an army that works exactly as you would imagine.
What? Oh,
This is gonna
yes!
things up, right?
Oh my god, that'd be
There's
so...
some applause in the room. For loads of us
I
who
love
enjoy
that!
40,000, what we want is to be able to sort of build an army that fits our imagination from those great stories that we've read and those iconic scenes, and this is going to enable you to do that in a way which could be quite
Fuck yeah!
you know, and do
I'm so
something
excited. And they
unique
have
in the game.
Dark Angels up on screen, which is the main... I don't
Completely forged
build
narrative, right?
exact Dark Angels, but I theme my army around them. And I want to use some stuff from other detachments. But that works out perfect. They're able to like mash them together by the sounds of it.
Like specific to certain units. So, for example, there is one that lets the Emperor's Champion really shine if you've got a Black Templar's army. There is one of them that lets Cornate Demon Engines have a boost if you're picking up one of the new Defilers, for example, and you've got a Khorne army. You can make those great. There's one that's a very stealth-themed army for Tau.
I feel
so
like
you can have stealth suits and
I was talking with
Perfect.
this
So
Friday.
next up, we should talk
You
about
guys
the
will
fact
see
that,
him, but his name is
we've got some things to talk
Ben.
about with
With
regards to
kids.
objectives.
No more circles.
this
This is interesting.
This one is pretty big.
what?
So right now when you play Warhammer 40,000, scattered across your tabletop, your beautifully painted tabletop, your beautifully painted armies and your beautiful terrain are scattered some weird circles that your guys have to go and stand on. There are no more objective marker circles in games of Warhammer 40,000. Instead, your troops will be battling over pieces of terrain. Taking and putting models onto pieces of terrain will be how you take them, and it immediately changes the way that you
You know,
look at taking
that
them.
actually makes
Rather than
sense.
just moving to take
That makes a
circle,
lot more
you are trying
sense.
to take a key bunker, capture a relic, take a
Absolutely.
key position on the battlefield.
The idea is that your games will focus on the things that you imagine your soldiers doing when you're playing a game of Warhammer 40,000.
That's
I've
been my
never
biggest
once
thing,
daydreamed
like,
of taking
I haven't talked
a
about, but
circle I've daydreamed of my
It's kind of
archangels storming a bastion. Or
thrown me
taking
off
a
of like
trench work.
why,
And so the,
why is
marker
this
that you
spot
saw
in the
there,
open? Why is it
imagine
this
that
section?
packed with fantastic
Like
Warhammer
why is it not a
terrain,
building I
and that's the thing
should be
that
trying
your
to hold?
soldiers are going to fight and die for.
That makes so much more sense. I
One of the
love
other things
that.
that's going to change in terms of missions is going to be that the detachments that you choose will dictate the types of mission that you play. When an army goes into battle, it doesn't just go out with the intent of playing pitched battle against an enemy army. It will usually have a mission. It will be assigned, you have been sent out to disrupt the enemy's plans, or to capture ground, or
just to kill as many things as you
take as many heads as you can. So there is a new system called forced disposition, which your detachments will unlock. And when you come to play a game, you and your opponent compare your forced dispositions, and that will generate the mission that you play. So if your mission is to take ground, and your opponent's mission is to take heads, you will be given a mission to play that means that both of you are trying to enact the narrative that your army brings to the table.
Really exciting.
I like this. I like they're trying to do more
narrative
narrative stuff.
Rule changes. The first up is that there's no more stratagem stacking.
Yes. That seems like a popular one in the room. So,
What is stratagem
right
stacking?
now, when you play a game of Warhammer 40,000, one of the go-to tactics is you save up all your
I have so many
command points,
questions.
and then you put them all into your best unit, and that unit becomes way better at fighting than it has any right to be, or far more durable. You have things like stacking armor of contempt alongside minuses to wound and decreased damage and all those sorts of things.
Okay.
In the new edition, you will need to choose which stratagem you would like to use on each unit per phase, and you can't have more than one. And it does all sorts of interesting stuff to the game. For example, if you have re-rolled your charge with a stratagem, you now can't use any other stratagems that turn, so you can't tank shock. If you have decided to use a stratagem to give you re-rolls to hit in combat, you don't get the chance to have another re-roll to wound on a tactical re-roll, for example.
It's going to really shake things up in an exciting way.
Okay.
Also talk about,
I've not really
changes
experienced that
gonna,
myself yet,
affect
so that'd be
particularly
interesting.
The early phase of the game, which is the ability for units to stay hidden.
Yeah, so this is a really big one, especially in terms of how you're going to deploy your armies. You cannot target an enemy unit that has not shot unless you are within 15 inches of it. If it is in a piece of terrain.
Are they pulling from like
Imagine when you deploy your army, you put your
from when it's within
squad, or
terrain?
your Militarum heavy weapon teams in a trench work or a fortification.
So they're kind of pulling from Kill Team there. Kill Team's rules is like you can't shoot someone unless you're they're in the open or like certain other things. As long as they're not an active operative. If they're an active operative, they're able to be shot at. But if they are concealed, they cannot.
They'd have to hide, and they are safe unless the enemy gets very close or until you've taken your shot.
Absolutely.
I like that idea. I like that. That's a new rule.
Yeah, so there's some big changes across the combat phase. Some subtle ones, some big ones. We'll go through some of them, but there's lots more, and you get a chance to kind of look at those when you finally get the rules in your hand.
Fast dice rolling, combat activation, pile in, conversion, charge measuring.
But the rules are now written to assume that you're rolling all your dice for a single kind of set of attacks together, rather than kind of doing them one at a time. So that makes combat faster. Combat activation has changed.
Well, I guess I am a slow player. But.
Is that in your turn, your strikes first units now go before your opponent, and in game terms. That means.
Ooh, there's some cheers for that
in
one.
game terms, that means if you've charged into an enemy army and they've got strikes first, at least one of your units will get to go before they go. That's quite a big change for some armies. Pile-in and consolidate now happen together. So you do all of your pile-ins for everything in your army, and then you do all of the combats, and then you do all of the consolidates. And what that means is that the pile-in move becomes much more about getting lots of your units into close combat, and less about trying to kind of grab extra inches towards getting objectives.
Yeah, absolutely. And the final one is near to my heart, because I like those risky charge rolls, right? But when they don't pay off, you guys stand around doing nothing. So it's different now.
It is different. So the way that charges work now is that you pick your targets after you have rolled your dice. So that does some pretty major things. So the first and most obvious thing is that if you move forward and you don't manage to get that charge against the unit you were aiming for, and there's a closer unit, you can now charge them instead. So you generally end up with less units standing around and kind of having failed the charge and not doing anything.
I like that.
Means that occasionally
I like that one.
Get a unit into that big, long 12-inch charge that you wouldn't previously have tried, but you can now get in. Basically, this is a rule that just encourages you to get stuck into close combat. We don't like it when units move forward and then end up standing around not being able to kill stuff.
There's been quite a few times that's been the case for me.
So next one, and I mentioned
I
previously, have a
hate when I fail a charge.
Army. They drive around in chimeras. This one's quite exciting for me. Tell us about
Combat disembark.
There is now a rule where if your transport is in combat with an enemy unit, you can just get out straight into combat.
Oh, really?
It's not always the best idea because your unit will be battle shocked and might take casualties, but it makes it very difficult to completely lock down a force that's trying to drive forward with combat units to get stuck in.
Absolutely.
That would be really cool if you have an opponent on an objective, you charge one guy, and you're able to charge another one, and then pop out and just take it over with OC.
You now assign it when you build your army list. So if you have a chaplain and he's going to...
Is that an Alpha Legion army?
Space Marines, you now write that in
It's
your
an
army
Alpha
list
Legion
but the thing that happens
Chaos
in-game is
army?
that if the unit is killed, the character keeps all the benefits of leading the unit that he would normally have. So...
Wait, what?
Your chaplain doesn't become inexplicably worse at combat because the guys next to him have died. And the same is true for all the different characters. So that immediately means that all of those heroes that have lost their unit can carry on being maximum heroic right up until the moment they die.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
I guess the last thing we should talk about, which connects to all of this, is there's going to be a huge refresh to the Warhammer 40,000 app.
Yeah, so the Warhammer 40,000 app has already proven to be really useful. We know loads of you use it all the time. We're going to put loads of resource and effort into it to make it an even more valuable and essential thing. There's loads of things coming for it. One of the things we can announce today is that we're going to increase language support. So right now the app is only in English. Going forwards, it will have support for English, French, German, Italian, Spanish, Chinese, Japanese, and Korean.
Okay.
Well done remembering them all.
It's good, right? And that will start with core rules, mission rules, and combat patrol. So that's not all that's coming for the app. There's loads of other things, but this is going to be a really useful tool for all of you going forwards, regardless of what language you play Warhammer in.
Yeah, I had a chance to get told some of the cool things that are coming.
I'm glad I'm watching this. I'm glad we did this.
Very excited as a person who relies on the app
This
when I'm playing the game.
this will probably become a regular thing that we do every once in a while.
Details of what those rules mean exactly.
Like when they do
on the
lives,
Warhammer
we'll
community website
pop
over the
in
coming
and see.
days and weeks.
So, we told you we'd show you maybe something from the new launch box. Would you like to see some new models?
Yes! Yes, that's what I want to see! Give me the models!
Let's start with this.
Oh, that's clean! That is an that's an intercessor. God, they do such a good paint job. Oh, he's got an old school helmet too. There is only war. June 26th. Fuck my wallet.
So this is the first of the new Space Marine models. We're going to show you him
classic
today.
armor.
He's a Space Marine intercessor, and you see the coming together of
Old
old
and new
and new
combined.
in terms of armor types.
Yeah, so attrition has taken its toll on the Primaris Marines, and their shiny Tacticus armor that they went out into Crusade with has now had to be supplemented with parts of classic armor pieces. For us, though, that means
Makes
that we
sense.
get to use
Makes sense.
lots of very cool classic pieces. Like
I think this
Mark
will also
7
for
helmet
people
you
that
can see.
want
It's a good look, right? It's a good look.
the
It's a good
older look in
And
Space Marine
that is the
models.
sort of thing you can
I
look
like
forward to going
Primaris. I
forward.
like
Lots of the
the...
Space Marines in this box will have elements of classic armor that you might recognize from earlier editions and earlier sets.
This might actually update my Space Marine lore for me a little bit too.
The Mark X Tacticus suits.
Yeah, absolutely. I like there's some lovely little
Like, in a
details here.
good
It's got
way,
the
because I was always
Purity Scroll style
concerned on where I'd place my own chapter in. Maybe I set the time back a little bit.
Primaris, when we first saw them, the Primaris Space Marines look quite clean cut, right? And they're increasingly blending in with.
They're getting a bit more gothic every time we see
absolutely.
them.
I really like it.
But
One of the other things to note as well about
I
this
like the
model,
Primaris
all of
helmet.
the models
It's a very
in the box
knight
set
vibe,
is
and I
that
like knights,
while he
so...
looks very cool, painted as a Blood Angel, there is nothing sculpted onto that model to say it needs to be a Blood Angel. So if you have an Ultramarine, a Space Wolf, a Dark
Or
Angel,
the best
an
ones, the
Imperial
Dark
Fist,
Angels.
or,
Yes,
if-
I like
flavor
that
taste,
comment,
I
the
guess.
Dark Angels.
You can
We need
mix
more
it
winged
with any
helmets.
Space Marine chapter you like.
Fantastic. Would you like to see something from the other side?
I'd rather see more Space Marines, but
Let's
sure.
see an orc then.
This is a cool one. 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 This is
Okay. See, everything that they had for AOS is now in the 40K. They push everything in the 40K now. June 26th. Oh my lord. I want to know what's in the box.
Fantastic. So this
Shooter
is
or
an
chopper?
Orc
Why
Boy
not both?
from the upcoming Armageddon launch box. And
He looks...
something's a bit different about him, right?
He looks funny. Very funny to me. He's kind of just slack-jawed.
In previous editions, in previous versions of the Orc box set, you had to choose whether you wanted to give your Orcs a shooter or a chopper. You can now have both. No Orc should leave home without a chopper, and no Orc would dream of going to the battlefield without carrying the biggest gun that he can carry. So going forwards, Orc boys are assumed to have whatever weapon the situation demands.
Get yourself a boy that can do both, right?
Absolutely.
I love it. So we got one more sneaky tease of things that are coming in this box right now, and that is that we can confirm for certainty there is at least one squig in the box.
It's such a tiny squig. It's a squiglet. The little squiglet.
That went down quite well. You will need to wait a little bit longer to see the rest.
But I don't want to wait.
Your disappointment. It'll be worth the wait, we promise. That brings us to the end of all of our reveals.
Damn.
Did you like what you saw?
Yes, I did. Oh, that was so good.
I guess what we need to do now is bring this thing home and wrap up this preview. First of all, thank you so much for bearing with us through the technical difficulties. You have been amazing as an audience. We've loved
Adam and Eddie, love you guys.
And your attitude,
First
and
time
your
I'm
energy
interacting,
has carried this through for us. So
being here
thank
for this,
you all for being here. We've had so much to show you. It's been really exciting. We've delved into Warhammer 40,000 and Kill Team, Horus Heresy, the Warhammer Plus TV show, all of that great stuff from the licensees, the new Mephiston. Make sure you check him out downstairs if you're here at Adepticon. Our friends at Joy Tour with the Space Marine helmet. Underworlds, Warhammer Age of Sigmar with the incredible Cockfort, and the biggest news in years and years with a new edition of Warhammer 40,000.
I was nervous with 11th, but now I'm excited.
Eddie, what was your favorite
I think
thing
11th is going to be my new favorite, and I think it's going to also work for some of my friends'
You've been giddy about that.
issues with 40K.
So
I'm going to have 5.
I am completely taken with Commissar Graves and Vigilance. I need that in my life so bad. But I'm very excited about a lot of the things that we saw and showed.
Dude.
Right. Don't forget, guys, if you haven't already, subscribe to the new Warhammer 40,000 official YouTube channel so you can get all of access to these videos and other videos that come out as we lead up to the launch of the new edition. What remains is to thank a bunch of people. First of all, raise some noise for the people who are hosting Adepticon, to Hank and the team for letting us come here. It's incredible to be able to feel the energy in a room like this and to talk about Warhammer. Thank you to the team who put on the preview, all the video guys who made the videos and put all the images together, ran the tech, for persevering and making it all work. We really appreciate all of their efforts. Let them know it. Finally, Eddie and I would like to personally thank all of you for making this such a great preview. We have loved being with you for the last 2 hours.
I am going to Adepticon next year. That is my plan. That is what we are doing.
We're going to leave you now. It has been a pleasure and a delight to be with you for this time. Eddie, thank you.
Oh, it's a pleasure.
Oh, my
Awesome.
lord, am
We'll
I
see you
excited.
again very soon. Good night.
Good night. Okay. Very quickly, there is something that we got to do. We are going back to the beginning because we missed out on what the bugs are. So, Ando, you're here for the bugs at the perfect time. Okay, there's no noise, so I don't know anything about what is being said, but these look pretty good so far. Okay. I said this earlier, I love all these coats that they're putting on these guard models. I'm a very big fan of this. We saw stuff for 11th edition. We heard things about 11th edition that came out. That was really good. Guard got a bunch of new stuff. Steel Legion's being released. I'm excited for 11th edition because it's going more narrative and a lot of things are being kind of, I would say, tweaked. It was really good. I'm replaying the part I missed. I guess there was no audio for this part. We saw the beginning half, which was like the huge 40k reveal stuff. So Blood Angels and Orcs are going to be in the release box. That will be out on June, is what we saw. And they are going to be releasing models with older style equipment. So I think they heard like what a lot of people were complaining about for... Oh, that's such a cool kill team. I wonder what they'll like run as. Are they just gonna be like regular Cadians or something else? Also, isn't that a Hive Fleet Kraken? Correct? Like that's Kraken, I think. That feels like a... Do you understand my confusion now for like why I thought it was a Trigon model? Like that looks like a Trigon in my mind. That is going to be such a fun model to paint. I got to come up with a good Tyranid scheme. I have not thought of a good one. It's hard to like... Honestly, I think Dragopult, just don't do the purple head and just do like a Dragopult paint scheme. God damn, does that look like a good Tyranid model. I love that. Wow. Okay. I lost my train of thought earlier. I'm just surprised there's no audio for here. Okay. I know nothing about the Red Terror, so I'm going to have to look that up at some point. That is so cool looking. Oh, that's so cool. So, what I'll say is, and someone has said this before. I don't remember who. I have to go up in the chat. AOS. Oh, there's the audio that they were supposed to be talking about for this. Oh, that's really quiet. Oh yeah, they were talking about Nemesis. So in Kill Team, they're having a Nemesis thing now? So this is the thing with Kill Team. I like playing Kill Team. This is like a narrative thing, I guess, with Kill Team, which I think would be cool if like, oh, you don't want to play against your friend, you and your friend can do this. Okay, we're grabbing this box set. That is going to happen. And I gotta complete the rest of my Kill Team boxes before I even actually think about doing that. That's such a big model! Okay. We started to hear about this.
It also allows you to do almost any kind of big thing that you might want to fight. So if you want, you could hunt down a Dreadnought or a Hellbrute or a Carnifex or anything like that, this allows you to play those kind of games. Yeah, and there's different ways to play it as well. One of the examples...
So I'm going to pause that because this is stuff I've already seen. I'm actually going to remove this. Holy moly, folks. What do we talk about? What do you guys want to talk about here? The bug. Fair enough. Let me get my music back on because that was... I'm excited. I don't know what to say about this stuff. Like, okay, we are going to turn that down a bit. Okay. Kill Team. I'm excited for Kill Team. They are moving to 40K. Seems to be moving into a more narrative direction. And I love that. Astra Militarum has a huge range coming to it. I say huge, probably not huge. There are some big stuff. Shovel, you heretic. Steel Legion is being released. Steel Legion is coming out, and I think it would come out the same time that Commissar Eric gets released. I'm just gonna start there because I'm there. Table, you missed us watching the preview, and there's so much stuff I think you missed. Unless you watched it yourself. It was so good. 40K slapped. All the... Oh, you could have watched it with us. Well, nah, it's fair enough. If you wanted to watch it on your own, well, you watch on your own. But 40K is moving in a narrative way. I love that. I like that it's moving in a... Not that competitive isn't still going to happen, is how I interpret it. Like, there's still going to be that competitive side to it. I think they've geared toward more to the casual player in 11th edition, by the way it sounds. Yeah, the Blood Angels were definitely good. I got confused when they showed off the Mephiston. I got confused. I thought they were releasing new Blood Angel stuff, but they didn't, so... No, you're good, you're good. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm sure other people are, but I'm not. I know, that took up most of my time to do painting and stuff. I got no painting done while this was going on. That needs gold, that's why. Oh, you're welcome, Shovel. You would never watch it with us? You know what? Fair enough. I always knew you didn't like us. I'm excited for 11th mostly because... Yeah, they had really bad audio problems the whole way through. We were like watching the stream here and it just straight up ended at one point. And we're like, what's going on? And I had to like reload their page and find out where they were streaming again just to get back. Oh yeah, I was playing with the audio here constantly. I'm sorry for those that couldn't hear or like couldn't make out what was being said. I couldn't hear either. I couldn't hear a damn thing sometimes. I had to turn it up as loud as possible. It would have been smart if they did like a little check, but at the same time, I don't fully hold it against them because there's a lot of people I've been at Adepticon and a lot of people trying to use the internet, trying to do all this stuff. It can be really tough and you can have bad internet connections and all that. But 11th edition, I think, is the year of narrative. And there is 70 detachments is what I heard. Can't blame, it's only a small indie company. True, very true. I know, they need every single dollar that we can send their way. Tyler, you missed it. We actually streamed we actually streamed the preview here. Hey Eternal. So now we'll get everyone here after that, but Oh, were you guys talking in the... I wasn't looking at that channel. I probably should have. I'm so excited. No, it's okay. It got decided after you left and all that. So it was just me and, like, Ando and Shovel, and Grim popped in for a bit, but after Grim left, they started releasing stuff about 40k, which I thought was funny. AOS got hit hard. Good night, Dad. Yeah, I'm probably not going to be on for too much longer either. I feel like that's just a regular intercessor just with an old school head. It's properly sized. I'm not going to disagree. It's properly sized, it feels like. I like that they're going to the fans that didn't like the Primaris style too much and giving them the option to make them look older. What? Okay, what rule are you talking about, Tyler? Oh, I didn't even notice, to be fully honest. But that's on me. Was there a rule that they released about that, like, makes shooting different? If they're within terrain. I believe the other part that you missed was you can't shoot them unless you're 15 feet away, and that they're in, if they're in terrain, you cannot shoot them unless you're 15 feet away, or that they have shot as well. Also, I like that they're getting rid of the circles. I always thought it was a little bit weird, like, why... I'm pretty sure I heard terrain is what I heard during it. You can always go back and try to re-listen. I think the Ultramarines are just everywhere in general, to be honest. I don't think it's really squares. It's similar to, like, AOS rules. I know AOS, there's still circles, but, like, you score points or get benefits by being next to certain terrain pieces. And that's what they're kind of doing. It should have been Space Wolves, Blood Angels, Crimson Fist is a good option. And Black Templars. Could have been any of those. Yeah, I know. I'm kind of, like, confused by it. Like, is it a single operative that, like, runs around on its own? Or, like, is it going to lead anything? Oh, there's going to be so much to, like, gush and talk over with people. What's the new forever like, when the unit dies, the leader still has the benefit of stuff of, like, that they give to the unit. That I do like as well. Oh, if the leader dies, the unit still gets it. I read it that it was if the unit dies, the leader still benefits from their ability that the unit would get. At least that's what I heard, but we'll find out. What I'm really happy with is that our codexes are still going to work. '11th is going to be a crazy edition. At least it won't be. It feels like it's going to be crazy, but like in a good way. I'm excited for it. They've gotten me excited for a new edition that I was initially scared about. I'm really happy that they're going narrative. Like I've said before, I like Crusades. I like the more narrative playing is how I look at it. Yeah. I think all their like 10.5s they were doing more near the end of like 10th edition. Like 10.5 was probably near the end. This is 11th. Also, going back to the whole circle thing. I can't believe. Oh yeah. I know! I looked at that and I'm like, all I'm missing from that combat patrol is just the plane. I have a 10-man squad for Death Watch already. Okay, cool. I was pretty sure that I heard that correctly. Also, terrain makes so much more sense than a circle. Unless the circle was, like, positioned in a spot that you, like, made the terrain around it or something like that, or you made it, like... Whenever I try to do, like, a custom board setup with friends, I usually have, like, the center one be almost an arena version, but with, like, terrain surrounding it so that it's really hard to shoot into, and you have to melee in the center of it. So it's a really... It's a spot you want to hold because it's the center of the board. And it's open, but it's not super open that you can be shot at. I like the terrain. Terrain idea makes so much more sense. Also, that 15-inch within terrain, all that stuff, feels very similar to Kill Team, which I love the rule of that. The Nemesis stuff for Kill Team, I can just picture me and Shivs, who you guys will see on Friday. We've been discussing, or I've been discussing with him. We are going to be doing a Warhammer game on this Friday. Not sure when. And if you guys want to take a look at the list that I sent in Discord and tell me if it's a good list or not, I really want to play a bunch of just his name is Ben, but his nickname is Shivs. It's not a bad thing, it's just because his last name, so I call him Shivs, and I'll probably say that during stream. He's been on before. He'll like appear as like a little Adeptus Mechanicus skull and all that. You believe that the terrain rules was taken from AOS, so that's like 3 now. You believe rules taken from... You know what? If it works, then why not use it for other systems? Yes. I know, when they said 70, I'm like, that's so many detachments. I wonder what it's going to be released for. Okay. I need to do that in silver on the top. I don't know. I do want to sit here and talk about it more, but it's also 11. It's 11 o'clock where I am, and I'm like, eh. I don't know. I don't know. We're gonna be playing on Tabletop Simulator, so everything will be together. So it'll be TTS, Tabletop Simulator. Yes, I am on the East Coast. I am as far northeast as you can get. Well, in the United States. No, they said the codexes will not be replaced. Our codexes are still going to be used. Which works awesome for me because I have, I think, eight codexes. So, at least is what I heard. Yes, I have said before that it's the state I live in. I mean, maybe they'll come out with the new ones, but they were saying our 10th edition ones would still be usable. So, like, maybe not a lot in models and stuff is going to change. Also, keep in mind, they're probably saying that for the people that have bought into Codex, use the codes on the app and stuff. Because that's why I bought a lot of the books, was to get the codes to use some of these armies that I want to eventually play. And if they're just doing a whole new set of codexes that I need to buy in order to play my armies, I wasted... That's like, each one's, what, $60 each? So, yeah. That's a big positive. Very big positive. At least for the Tau people. Okay. We'll see. At that point, that's when I move to another state or country, and then bam. Is that like what they've released for all that? Well, they said we'll find out about that with their book, which I will say, if they make all the codexes or Crusade stuff be like released in 3-part books, I'm going to be upset. I will be fucking livid for this one simple reason. The Maelstrom books were $125. I want to buy the Maelstrom books because I want to read the lore, and I want the custom character stuff. Here, I'll show my hands. I want the lore books, and I want the custom character stuff. But it's $125 for 3 books. That is stupid. That is a $40 book, like, $40 for probably just one of those books would be fine. So if they release the rest of that stuff as $100 bundles, or even $80 bundles, I'm going to flip. I am going to physically flip. It's fine. I know most of the stuff goes online anyways. I like being a wizard and having and having a bookshelf full of books. So I will be very upset with that. Ugh. There's a noticeable difference between the streams. Well, I'm looking at the beginning where we had like 7 or so people, and then dips down to like 1 or 2 the whole thing, and then it dips back to like 7 after the fucking stream. So, the Rhino Rush is if you have a unit inside a transport and you charge with them, the unit could not come out of the transport or do anything. That rule changes it so that they can come out of the transport and all that, but they will take a battle shock and maybe die, so it could be kind of risky depending on what you want to do. Good night, table. Go get some rest, my guy. I should probably do the same, but Now, I think they're calling it Rhino Rush because maybe they're trying to make the rhinos good. But I wonder if it will work with other transports as well. I think it would be good to make it work with the transports. Because I'm also picturing it being used with a Land Raider. That would be a very big move with a Land Raider. The other thing is, I wonder if they're going to update the rules for the Rhino. Because currently, regular Space Marines, besides anything in, I believe it's tactical armor, can go in a Rhino, but nothing else can. Unless they're like a character model. So, yeah, that's a big thing. I mean, that makes sense, because, like, the only other small transport you can take that is still relatively cheap, and again, I am talking for Space Marines, is the Impulsor. The Impulsor can take 7 models, and has firing deck 7 or 6, and it's a decent transport, I'll say. I use it. I have good luck with it, but I'd like something a little bit cheaper that I could just kind of use. Or like, maybe if I'm playing a smaller game and I don't have the space to take a Impulsor or take a Land Raider, I can take a Rhino. Oh, that is technically the rule. Well, I mean, think of it like this. How many Lone Op, I feel it can get worked around pretty easily, depending on what you have. I think I've kind of used Lone Op a little bit here and there. It's not difficult to get within 12 inches of someone with Lone Op. I think the only one that can change it is the Lieutenant with a combat weapon that can reactive move. But I think I'm just going to call it here for the night. I'm going to go get some rest, and I will see you guys Friday. I'm going to do my little kind of spiel for everybody. If you enjoy the content, feel free to leave a like and subscribe. If you also want to be part of the community and hang out and just share any hobby that you're into, any sort of craft hobby, you can join the Discord. It is in the channel link description, or it's in the channel description, and it's also in the video description as well. Yeah, so with that being said, I want you to go out there and make something awesome. I know you will.